Welcome to Unsung Fury. We've had a long hiatus, but we have returned. We're back with gusto. We will not have a Delric, as you can see, miscommunication on times apparently. But we have everyone else will be joining us. So we will first do quick introductions and then we'll get right into it and let Frank take it away. But of course, if you're enjoying the content and you like the show, slap the follow button on Twitter, hit the subscribe button on YouTube, hit the bell on YouTube, because it's not enough just to hit subscribe. And then you also have to decide how you want to receive the messages from the bell. It's great. There's a lot of clicking. It's awesome. You really enjoy it, do that. And then also give it a thumbs up, because, more things, all the things. And you can follow us on social media. I'm at Market Prone everywhere, so it's super easy to follow and keep up to date. But we're back. We're going to be kicking it off on Mondays, every Monday playing Warhammer 40k, which is good stuff. I love this world so much. And of course, I enjoy the wonderful company that we have. I'm sad that I don't get to see Scott today, because I haven't gotten to talk to him in a while, so it's very nice to have a Friendship Mondays. So we'll go around first. We'll go above me, which is Apocalypse. We're going to talk a little bit about who you are, what people can find you, think a little bit about your character.
Sure. I'm Tyler Scheid. I'm on social media as Apocalypto_12. That's on Twitch. That's on Instagram. That's on Twitter. YouTube, it's no underscore because for some reason they didn't allow it. But I play Torane, who is a... honestly, I barely remember who he is right now because I was just watching the VOD to get back into it. But Torane is a guard, an Imperial guard that has had his armor essentially melted to his skin. And just joined the party the last session. Joined the last session, so he can't take the mask off. He kind of just like opens the gas mask to pour water into it to drink, and like shoves food in there to eat. It's kind of a fun, interesting thing. He's also a really curious one. Just last session, he was playing around with people's radios, trying to tune into what was going on with the war after being on a long car ride. And he's bold. He asked, he approached and asked about getting a tank. He was just like, why are we being easing around this? This is what we want. Ask for it. So
you got us a tank. So I mean,
got us a tank. So it ended up working out. But yeah, I do a bunch of different stuff on Twitch. I'm on Twitter a lot, hopefully more frequently now. And I'm actually going full time because I recently got laid off from my job. So I'll be streaming, trying to do and make it full time as a content creator. So exciting stuff for the future, new adventures.
I believe in you, my friend. You've been doing a lot of awesome streams and collabing with a lot of great people, so the content looks like you're having fun while you're doing it too, which I think is fun.
Exactly. That's why I'm happy to be here.
I'm sad to hear the layoff part. It sucks to be laid off. I've been there before. But it's on to new adventures. Which is always exciting. Sometimes it forces you into adventures. Alright, I'm into this. And of course, moving on to Eric Podcast. Tell us where we would have find you at and who your character.
Yeah. Hi everybody. So glad to be back. I'm Eric Fulgaris. I'm Roll20's business analyst and my own part-time streaming stuff of role-playing varieties. In fact, I just finished Pendragon character creation today, so I'm super excited. But my eye's been on 40k for a long time, and I'm so glad this game's back because I love my 40k. I'm playing Gildo Stern, a Catachan. Just so special forces-y, just kind of like your Rambo-y kind of character. I'm excited about a tank, but I don't think a tank can hold up to my knife. So, that's the type of character. That's the type of character Godo is.
I'm gonna disagree with that.
There's that picture, that infamous meme of get me closer, I want to hit them with my sword from the tank. That's me.
Yeah, that's definitely Gildo. That's Gildo's style. And I play Ostara, and she is a sanctioned psyker. It took a lot of people time to guess regarding what was happening there. And she's a little strange, to put it, I guess, simply. But she also has had a very interesting background. Like if you go watch our session zeros for all of our characters, you can kind of see where how she became who she is. So she's basically been brainwashed into believing what she believes right now. And, you know, she's on a mission to do the things. So I think kind of like where she's at right now. She was like basically a police officer at one point. Now she's been stuck on this planet with people. But her mission that she had was to retrieve the beacons and contact them back and wait. But in the meanwhile, you know, there's your safety. So that leaves last but not least our lovely game master Frank. Go ahead and tell us what's gonna happen.
Hello,
I
everyone.
want to do last time because it's been a while.
You might do that. But first, Maggie,
Your audio.
your audio is having issues on Twitch.
Mine?
yeah.
Sounds fine to
It's-
us. I just checked Twitch. It sounds like you're in a tin can.
Yeah, so it sounds like OBS has a different microphone set as your default.
Oh. Maybe ask.
So maybe it's the one that's detecting your camera's microphone or
That
something
would
like
make
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, because Maggie's been sounding totally,
Yeah.
totally perfect
Sound
in the
perfect.
Zoom
Hello.
call.
Do I sound better now?
We'll find out in 15 seconds.
Yeah, you're perfect.
that.
Sounds
Okay.
great on the-
Oh
on the
yeah,
Twitch.
it didn't. It said that it was using the same microphone, but weird. Well, sorry for the terrible, terrible microphone there. Hopefully now it's better, and if it's not, you all can let me know. Thank you
Alright.
for catching that. I was trying to do all the introductions. Okay, cool.
Well, to jump
Now you
back
can-
into mine, as you all know, I am Game Master Frank. I didn't come up with a cheesy title today. What do I have it as? Caravan Hand. Oh yeah, because we're selling the caravan. Yeah. So I'm Caravan Hand Frank. I'll help out with all your caravan and refugee needs as we go into the grimdark and lots of people die. To give everyone a quick on the last time introduction. Why don't you tell me what happened?
I gave as much of a rundown as I could about my character and what
my
he did.
gosh.
I remember what happened.
I do have notes.
I know you have notes.
I actually have to bring them out. I forgot to.
Dude.
bust
So
out
do
my
I.
notes.
You all thought I didn't keep this. I did.
She don't. I don't know where.
Amazing,
I,
amazing
I,
notes.
I mean, I will say this: you guys drove and wrecked your vehicle and found me sitting by a pod, and then came to see me when I buried corpses. I had buried corpses and was exhausted of the people that came down.
Oh my god,
into
Maggie
the
took a lot
pod
of notes.
with me. No, this is my memory.
No, I'm
Or
looking at
Maggie?
Maggie's notes. She has like
Oh
an
my
entire
gosh.
book.
Yeah.
I have like 1.5 pages on like a little notepad thing right here.
Yeah.
Maggie has an entire book.
It's not that much actually. Well, it's like 2 pages. So what I have is that we basically figured out where our route is to get to where we need to go, because we're trying to get to the capital. So we had
What's
2
the
weeks.
capital?
It was a 2-week direct route and a 4-week outside route if we went the outside way. I think we decided to go the direct route.
Yes.
That's in Chenzo, right?
Because it was going to take us less time.
Thermo.
Bay Thermo is the capital?
Yes.
Oh, Thermo. Thermo is the capital. Bay
Bay
Thermo is the mayor.
Thermo
I'm
is
sorry.
the lord that got killed.
Sorry, I have the proper names because this sounds so familiar, Megan. I had the proper names, but I lost the rep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and then from there,
From there, you guys left Esterpolis and met up at Pelotros, which is a city
well,
that
we
was
ran into some refugees first.
Yes.
And there was an Imperial guardsman who was kind of standing there, that we found, who
Slunked
was in a
over on
savior
a tree,
pod.
exhausted.
And the savior pod number, I have the savior pod number, which was
Yep.
8765309. And
What's your
this was Torne, who was wearing some blue-green armor that we found. I have a note that's like Republic's territory. Oh, that's where you're from, right?
Which one?
The Republic's territory.
Yes, you were all in the People's Republic of Tor's territory.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then there's I don't know. I have some weird notes here.
All notes are weird notes.
There's who's Anita Balak?
That's the
Anita Lucius,
commander lady, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
was the
I didn't take very good notes because I can't read my own notes.
Lord Mayor Anita Lucius was the now Lord Mayor of Pelatros, a city that was recently taken by the junta of
Oh.
Tor.
Isn't
I am
that-
JT.
And she may have been on the Republic side and then changed sides
Mhm.
to hand the city over
right.
to the junta.
Which
And
we
that
thought-
was the person that you guys made the deal with to go scavenge the battlefield.
yeah. And then she was
Rebuild the
providing
tank.
healing, and then sending us on to Thero with a pass. So we're gonna have like a way to get through to have safe passageway because it's like a war zone or something that's happening right there, or like right on the
Yeah,
line.
there's a
49
big battle.
Yeah.
Hey, kitty,
It's
stop
the
fighting.
it's the front lines. It's the front where they're fighting. Right?
Yes.
Is that what?
Now-
So then I know we arrived back to where there were a bunch of tents and there were people with like armbands and things like that.
Yes,
and,
that was in the in Pelatros.
Yes.
Um,
And then we got a captain's emblem, I believe. That's what they gave us.
It's the
Oh no, the guy that was wearing the captain's emblem. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was the one who we ended up talking to inside the tent where Torne was kind of like picking up stuff randomly and looking at it while we were trying to have this conversation with this captain.
listening to what
And he
was
had like a
going
huge
on.
stab wound in his back, and he was telling us that Z was the new lord of the Republic, and Ania Lucius, 100 from the 198th Cardinal,
Phalanx.
Phalanx, was also there. Yeah.
That was the commander of another unit that was also defending Pelatros, which was betrayed by Anita and her wonderful not traitor people.
Yeah, the fact that she went from one side to the other and was like, "Up, I'm gonna stab you."
Yeah.
Which, by the way, thank you for my 2 players who actually played that in a large-scale battle that we did to decide how that would go.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you said
nice.
they had chose like to have a tank battle.
Yep, and they were both playing against me on large-scale map, and one player left. There was a little lull in the battle, and I was just asked somebody, "Hey, you get a message from the junta. They're offering you Lord Mayorship of this city if you hand it over." And they said no. Do you know what happened? I just asked the other player. They said yes.
Of course. And then I think they were coordinating the disarmament.
Of the parallel
Yes.
disarmament of Republican troops.
In
Parallel
Pelatros.
and sent. I can't even read my
The
notes.
blood
now.
and fire troops, I think.
Yeah,
and then
Fire Emblem 218th.
Cleaving. Okay, and then the cleaving something.
Cleaving beaks moving
Yep, Cleveland
up.
Beats.
Offensive
wonder.
We're on the
blitz in
front
Republic
line of
territory.
defense. I can't read my own handwriting.
Hold
That's
on.
ultimately what's happening.
So no wonder rogue traders ever came to this planet. Everyone's like just wrote it off. This is horrible.
This planet is pretty weird. Like they're just fighting each other for like no reason to start with, and now I don't know what's happening.
Well, there's a reason. I didn't say
It's
it was
religious. It's a government war.
But they're like exchanging people. It's weird. Let's just be real. It's a weird fight. And then at the end of it, my last note is 2-person fight tank. Or 2-person light tank.
Yep.
So we ended up getting a
So-
tank at the end of that.
The light tank itself is a light tank with a single cannon on top. Not heavily armored, but also hi Tika, I did acknowledge you. But you know, you guys patched it together. It runs. There's enough Promethean in it to last you a while.
Yeah, I thought didn't Lobos like roll ridiculously high, and then
Yes.
Luther also
Guys.
got mechanics that were in the field to come help with
It
his
was
intimidation.
ridiculous.
Like really ridiculous rolls.
And it was like people who should not be making that roll making the roll. It was like, what is
Yeah.
happening?
Well, in Lobos's defense for that, his Space Marine was actually trained in engineering, and Luther, his job is to shout at people and get them to work.
Yeah.
And he shouted at people and got them to work.
True. Fair enough. Okay, fine.
All right. Speaking of okay, fine, let's jump right into things now that we have our wonderful on the last time to go. The world of Tor in subsector Temitore is torn asunder by civil war. Two sides going at each other as a third sits out. The rogue trader Vonderwulf lies somewhere in the void. Alive or dead, nobody knows. As when you went to the savior pods, you simply saw atomics erupting in front of it. Between you, the planet, and the ship. You all crash landed, some of you in separate savior pods, but most of you together. The party, or the survivors, are relatively split at the moment, as the Space Wolf, who was with you, received a message a few nights ago while you were camping, and simply went off on his own. Something about his quest to find a item that was lost to the Space Wolves that is suspected.
Here?
Yeah, that's why they would send a asteroid
yeah.
instead of a full on. It's just like, hey guys, go check this thing out. Gildo, you have been traveling for a few weeks now on your own. The tech priest that you were with simply separated from you for whatever
Religious reasons.
mechanical reason.
Yeah.
Hunting heresy now here, as it appears that there's a lot of unsanctioned technologies.
Yeah.
Innovations.
Oh, of course. I mean, what else would there be? Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. You know, Frontier World, that happens all the time.
Yeah. It's been 4 days. I can't hold it in anymore. I have to fix something. Yeah. This is, yeah.
But you found yourself on one of the main roads to Thero, the capital city.
Awesome.
Your side adventure to see what the information that you had about your friend proved fruitless. You didn't find any more information on him. It seemed to be a dead end, mistaken identity. Or
Did we name them?
Did you? You name them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to use my other names. It's Rosie Krantz.
I don't know why that name's so funny to me.
Which one, Rosie or Krantz?
Both.
No, it's first name, last name.
It's actually just two midgets in a trench coat.
Yeah.
You find yourself walking along this now cratered asphalt road, surrounded by other refugees simply heading in the same direction.
Okay.
Side of the road, you see a small land vehicle. It looks like a working vehicle of sorts, with a family outside of it attempting to repair one of the rubber wheels.
They're not soldiers though, right?
No, everyone traveling
Right, they're all
with
just
you
refugees.
is a civilian,
Right.
for the most part. Every now and then you spot some of that looks like they were part of a militia.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's too bad for them. I keep walking.
Perfect, exactly what I wanted.
Yeah,
Uh,
I do that. I keep walking. I know better than to get mixed up with people on this planet. I need to find my friends.
Yeah.
Now, I know
Now,
we're supposed to be meeting in the city, and I know now I'm probably behind, right? Like timescale wise, I'm behind. So like I'm catching up to them, right?
yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I that sucks. Wish I could help later, but gotta go.
Now, as you all are traveling, to go back to the other two who are together in your wonderful tank and truck, as you are stuck on this road, the travel pace has slowed to a crawl. Your 2-week estimate turned into far longer simply by the congestion on the road itself. People notice that you have a truck and you've been inundated with just request after request from people passing by to ride with you, to take a seat. Something so they do not have to walk anymore.
I feel like my character would not care if we took on some refugees, but I'm not sure how, because I know that Scott's character is the one that's driving the truck, right? And then
He'd be in the
Yes.
tank.
and then he'd be in the tank, and then
Yeah, so
Yor-
who's driving the truck now?
Yor was driving the truck.
Because there were 3 of you.
Do I need to roll a pilot check?
No. Not unless you're doing like anything crazy with the truck.
I think it was Bior and Luther.
Yor
who
and
were
Luther were the drivers.
primarily driving, so
Yeah. And
none
if
of us
Bjorn
really had
had
driving
drive,
skills.
Yeah.
Torne would take over driving.
Cool. Yeah, so as you guys are going along, people are trying to climb into the back of the truck and just be stowaways. How have you guys been reacting to that? Because it's a almost everyday occurrence that people attempt this.
An interesting one.
Torne would be annoyed, but would being a newer member to this group would default to whatever the other two would do. Just kind of going with. He doesn't necessarily like that people are stowing away, but he also, because he's an Imperial Guard, that's not okay. So he would also realize like he literally just got grabbed up by these two, so he'd just be looking at the other two like, well,
Deferring to authority. Yeah.
yeah,
And
well,
Luther is driving the tank, so no one's trying to climb on the tank for obvious reasons.
yeah.
What is it like? What are the types of people who are trying to get into the truck? And I'm like, what do you mean by
Sick
stowing away? Are
kids.
they trying to sneak in? Yeah, are they sick
The
kids?
elderly.
Are they like
Any
soldiers?
type of
Like
person.
what's the...
There have been a few cases of soldiers attempting to climb on. People trying to stop you so they can put their older parents on or the like. And most people, however, just seem like normal, everyday people, middle-aged. They have their emergency suitcases that they're leaving with, and they're just trying to hitch a ride.
Ooh, that's hard. I think
I know.
Ostara would kind of look to Luther in this case, but Luther's not here. But I think
Luther's in the tank.
if they can take people, maybe they've taken some people on, but I think her way about it would probably be like first telling them to stop what they're doing, and then I'm sure some of the people probably are scared and just run off because she's kind of a little weird when she looks at them. But those who stick around long enough, she basically says to them, you know, like, all you had to do was ask, right? And probably allows them to hitch a ride with them for as long as they need for time frame. But I think as much space as we have, right? So we really don't have a ton of space in that truck.
Yeah, 12 people in total.
Torne would probably pull a weapon on anybody that was a soldier if they were trying to get in the truck and just threaten them to get out. They'd be like, hey,
Yeah.
you can walk, get the hell out.
How long have we been on this planet for?
In total,
A month now?
it's been about a month. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
we
think
do have an opinion of these people.
probably the people, if whoever we have in the truck, like we probably only let like kids or older people or whatever, like people who can walk on their own. We probably wouldn't take on. You know what I mean?
Nah, kids are young, they can walk.
Oh.
That's Torne's feeling.
What if they're offering you money? Would you take the person offering you money over the woman, like the single mom holding the baby?
It depends on how much
The
money.
baby can walk.
Depends on how much
what I mean.
money.
I mean, it's just hypothetical. I'm not the GM.
Yeah. If you guys are going by that logic, though, if you have money, it would actually be a lot of more well-to-do people attempting to get on, rather than the simple laborers who have been trying to board.
I don't know
But-
if Astara would necessarily. She knows that these people are like refugees just trying to get away. So I don't think she would ask them for money, but...
Torne essentially would rather take on people that have money, thinking they're less likely to be interested in what we're doing.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. And as you guys are negotiating with somebody one of these days, your communicator or your Voxbeat clicks on. Somebody has joined your proximity. And Gildo, you feel the same thing. For the first time in a long time, your Voxbeat clicks on with a audible join noise as you enter somebody on the same frequency as you.
There's somebody on the same frequency. Join.
Hello?
I think Astara probably
Hello?
says the same thing. It's like,
Astara?
who is that?
Bjor? Bjor, is that you?
Are we hearing each other? Is that what we're hearing? Frank?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just want to know. Otherwise, we're gonna keep yelling. Like, hello?
Yeah.
Who's there?
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Is
Yeah,
that you?
you're at
Gildo?
relatively long distances, but you're able to hear each other.
Yeah, but they're quality boxes, I guess.
Is
or
that
whatever
you?
that is.
Where are you?
I'm on the highway, surrounded by refugees, broken cars and stuff. Man, if you had a car, you'd make a killing right now.
We are in the truck. We have a tank as well. I'm kind of like
What?
looking around to see. Are you on
Say
foot?
again?
Are you on foot?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm using the same accent. I'm lost it at this point.
You guys.
No, you're fine,
It
you're
sounds
fine.
close
It's-
enough.
Yeah, keep going.
I'm like, it's been too long.
I'm still
It's
like,
been,
I'm
it's
still,
been like over a month.
I know.
2 months.
Gildo's still trying to like get over the part about a tank.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
What? I don't know where you are. Describe what's around you.
People, as far as you can see,
I'm
probably
gonna
just
use
like you.
my scry ability to see if I can find where Gildo
Please,
is.
please let this blow up and kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's.
I just
roll
kill a
your
bunch of
psychic power.
innocent people.
What are you doing powers in front of everybody? They're gonna panic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, for killing people, in the errata that came out recently for Wrath Glory, shock now makes you exhausted instead of making you unconscious when you
Oh,
go
okay.
to 0, which is an interesting rule.
I think
but-
it's maybe better.
I think so.
It makes you go. What happens now instead of?
You become exhausted instead of just
Instead of-
fainting.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
okay.
exhausted instead of like you're out and gone.
Gotcha.
All right. So, Maggie, why don't you tell us all about Astara's scry ability, and then roll for it. Let's see if we get Perils the Warp on our first time back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can use this for up to 5 kilometers. So hopefully
Which,
he's
funny enough, is
in-
the range of the box speed.
Yeah, hopefully he's within that range. And basically, how we've been playing it off for her is that she kind of like her eyes roll back and her eyes look white, and she kind of goes into this other vision, which is like this floating kind of like fish eye view with like everything very vibrant. So the colors are like super contrasted, and you've got that like fisheye lens kind of look, and she can just kind of float around and look. She can't like hear or smell or, you know, any of those type of things, but she can at least visually see what's happening in a place. And then after 10 minutes of doing this, she'll suffer 1 shock damage for every 10 minutes. So sustained. So she can really only do this for 10 minutes, and then she starts like taking damage. So hopefully she can find him within the 10 minutes. So I guess I roll.
Mm-hmm.
We roll with it.
Yeah, remember,
this is going to be
on a 1, we roll
psychic
barrel
mastery
of a
test, correct? And I
Correct.
have no bonus dice.
Well, you could make it more powerful.
I do have wrath, right? Because I have 2 wrath.
Yes, remember, you all start with 2 wrath.
Yes,
Zero
I
glory.
have wrath on everyone's screen right now. I think I'm just gonna do it normally for this time.
Aw.
I'm just looking to find him.
Okay.
Perfect. Excellent. Hey, Maggie, roll a 2d6 for me real quick.
Is this for Perils of the Warp?
Yep.
Yep, that's a wrath die. Or ruin
Perfect.
die. Is which
Wonderful
one or the other?
way to start back up. So, just to remind everyone, and for those that are joining us for the first time, that little red die right there is my favorite little die, because if it lands on a 6, you basically get a critical hit. If it rolls a 1, that's basically a fumble.
It rolled 1.
And Maggie rolled a 1. So we got a 23. Let's see what that does, because I'm evil.
And the Perils of the Warp for me look
that's
You
different,
can't even
right?
re-roll that with a glory, right?
Hold on, I have Favorite
we
of
don't
the
have
Warp.
any.
Can re-roll it if she
I
wants.
may
to.
re-roll a psychic mishap if I want, because I have a favored by the warp.
Yes. Now, for re-rolling the psychic mishap, does that simply you choose if you don't like the peril that you got, right?
Oh no. Wait, does it say choose or roll? Re-roll.
You-
If you
may
re-roll, you
re-roll.
must take the second result. Is
Yeah.
Yes.
like that's like a re-roll.
So it says
in
psychers who are
this
favored
case-
by the warp may re-roll the Perils of the Warp result when their power triggers are unplanned psychic phenomenon.
Yes.
If they do not like the initial result, they must accept the re-roll result, even if the effects are more inconvenient than the initial re-roll. Or initial.
So-
There you go.
For the one that you rolled, you don't notice it because you're currently scrying, but around you, there appear to be slow forming ghostly apparitions walking about the truck and the people.
So creepy.
People begin to scream and panic.
That's one way
as-
to empty the truck to fit Gildo in.
Yeah. But it's not just around the truck, it's for like a good 20 feet around the truck. People are seeing these green,
Like
translucent,
straight
creatures.
Ghostbusters shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, what do I have to roll? Because I'm probably seeing it as I'm driving.
Fear test, right?
roll a fear.
Yeah.
Difficulty 3.
I have fearless and immune to intimidation.
Then everyone hears the dun and dun
Where do I-
and dun and dun.
Who do you call? Ghostbusters. All right, so a fear check.
You know, you
Pulling
gotta
up
start it off. You gotta start
That,
it off
no.
risky.
Willpower roll.
Yes, I believe so.
All right.
Probably DN3.
It's a DN3, that's correct.
All right, so I got to roll a willpower. check.
Ghostbusters.
All
Or
right.
else you're going to crash the car into a million people.
Did it work?
I don't see
No.
anything wrong.
Here, let me
Alright.
see.
You-
Oh,
There
there
we
we
go.
go.
Now we do.
The resolve test.
Oh, yeah, you pass it.
Nice.
If you want, you can.
You don't lose control of the car. You don't lose
Don't
control.
lose control of the
The
car.
tank
I don't-
doesn't run
Happy
over
Halloween,
people.
everybody.
Yeah,
We got
like-
ghosts.
Well, I mean,
What-
what else do you do in a tank? Like,
What?
Just
what
start
I
like mowing
imagine-
people down with the tank.
What I imagine Torne does is he just kind of sees that they exist, and he's just like, maybe if I ignore them, they'll go away.
Um, yeah. Now, on to the scrying ability. By the way, you can shift one or your 6 into glory if you want. Because you rolled 5 on it, you only need a 3.
I'll shift
Two
that.
extras.
I'll shift that
Oh.
into a glory then for sure.
Cool.
Okay, I will add a glory on the screen. Down by the moon, there's a glory.
Oh. Being afraid just means you have a +1 to all target numbers.
Yeah, which is interesting, but it also makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, because we're
Now-
looking for terrified. That's probably
Yeah.
it.
I'm very happy that our first roll was a
Parallel.
parallel warp.
I'm just glad Torne did not freak out. He's just sitting there like, all right, oh, what are these things? Ignore them. They might disappear.
Yeah, these simple ghostly apparitions noiselessly walking through people, shuffling about as much the same way that the people are. People begin to panic, scream, run away. The people in the vehicle itself piling out and running away from it as well.
All right, well, we got all the money from him, so that's fine. Tornade's like, thanks for the money.
Now, as you're attempting to scry and look for Gildo, are you looking north of you or south of you?
Oh.
I mean, I
North
just said
is
there's
towards
people.
the-
I guess he like tells me like I guess depending on the directions that he tells me he's at, because like he knows if he's north or south.
Are we?
I
are we-
would have told you approximately X clicks from the city,
Okay.
and I don't know where you are, right?
Is the
But
city north or south of us?
The city is north of you.
Okay, so we'd be heading.
So
north.
Probably south.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Unless he's closer. If he's closer.
He is actually closer.
Okay, then we would look north.
You look north and you see, oddly enough, people running away from the truck. But as you continue to go on,
Good. We can go faster.
you see a broken down car on the side of the road with somebody attempting to fix one of the tires. You see a couple military grade vehicles up ahead, loaded to bear with troops. And that's all you really see in the vast number of people that are there. Gilda, are you doing anything to try and make yourself stand out?
God no. I already kind of stand out. I'm like twice as big as all these people.
That's true.
I'm just kind of walking through. No, at this point, I'm probably wearing sort of like more of like the material or like, the fashion of here. Like probably have like a jacket or something because, it gets cold. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Generally blandish color.
like just khaki
Shirts and the like.
taupes. They
Yeah.
have every single. They have 24 words for taupe. In
Taupe,
their hillbilly
tuop.
sand, desert
Tope.
sand.
Yeah, just wait until I break that language back out. Drive you guys crazy with that. But
The worst part is that I'm beginning to understand the differences. I've been here for
exactly.
so long.
Yeah, you probably
this
would
place.
actually have, because it's
This is the most boring planet.
low
to go down.
Gothic. Yeah, they speak low Gothic, just
Yeah,
with
but
a
it has
heavy
that.
accent.
Yeah, with a horrible, wicked Boomhauer accent. But to Gildo though, it's like this isn't very stimulating.
All those vowels.
I'm used to like having to sleep with like one eye open for giant carnivorous plants or diseases and what have you, and then my own military experience. So like being here, like walking with a bunch of refugees is like boring. I'm like, I don't care about these
Yeah.
people.
100%. Especially since these people don't have really anything to offer you.
They're not
one way
my-
or the
yeah.
other.
They're my brothers in arms. Like it doesn't matter. I don't.
They aren't one
Yeah.
of me. I don't
They've
care
lived
about them.
what you would
Me?
consider a very cush life, working
Yeah.
fields.
They're gonna be
farming.
fine. Yeah, that'd be fine. Exactly. Like that's my
are they
disposition. to these
running
people.
from?
I'm like haughty over them. I definitely feel that way. Like these people have a really comfortable life, and I'm like, whatever. This is fine. And they're like, oh,
Exactly.
your car broke. Too bad. Like, okay.
Too bad. You know what happened when I was your age? My brother died. He
Yeah.
got eaten in front of me.
That's cool. Do you have a knife? You're fine.
Oh,
It's
yes.
like really,
exactly.
You got a
as
knife
long
to it.
as you have a knife, you're fine. Like that's it.
See,
for
and
me.
this is why anytime everyone asks me like, if you were stuck on an island, what would you bring with you? And I'm like, a knife.
Yeah.
Because you
can
can
do
do so
anything
much
with
with
a
a knife. You can like
You can
stick a
dig.
knife to a stick and wrap it around something. Like you can make
Fission,
stuff out
yeah.
of knives. You
You
can
know.
you can like do all
Carve-
kinds. You can build
Carve,
stuff
shred
with a knife.
down, but yeah, like you can't build. I don't think you can really build a shelter without a knife or something sharp to like hit
Exactly.
sticks, right? And
Yeah.
Knives are like one of the most useful things.
yeah, super
Now,
good.
a
I
Catadra
would
knife
bring a
is like
hatchet.
a mini sword.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
It's a short sword.
A longer, yeah.
A longer knife. Okay.
Yeah, my knife is basically like a machete.
But
yeah.
yeah, Gildo, you notice quite the commotion a few kilometers away from you as your soldier instincts are easily pick up on this of the panicking noises.
Yeah, I know those noises.
Yeah, of a crowd who's clearly being attacked and the panic is spreading like a wildfire.
Cool.
I
go on-
Astar, you're not able to spot him.
That's fine. Yeah. On the comms, you probably hear, because I just broadcast to everybody on this channel, you know, like, oh, I found you. You know, oh, no worries.
Okay, then I like
No,
zoom right back to my not zoom, but like I
Yeah.
come back to my eyes roll forward.
The funny thing is that I'm immune to fear, so like I'm fine with this.
I'm also immune.
I see this. And I'm like,
great.
okay.
I've just got great willpower.
That's good though. To have good willpower. All right, my cat
The
is.
giant cat.
Well, I know he's just like walking in front of the camera. He's like, doop.
I'm
It's
the
one of the
center of
ghostly
attention.
apparitions.
So if nothing gets in my way, I'm just gonna go to the group. I'd be like,
Yeah.
I'll be there and
I
can
roll back my
estimate the
eyes
time, right?
and come to when you say I found you or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I gotcha.
And I'm like,
ETA 15 or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, about 15 minutes. You're a couple kilometers away. Easy walk. Now, funny enough, they're behind you.
we're not
Wow.
moving very quickly, so I'm sure you will find us.
Yeah.
Star, you say that, and you notice like people are running away from the roads.
I look
taking
around.
cover.
What do I see?
People.
Not a lot. You see people running away from all sides, screaming, panicking.
So I don't see ghostly apparitions. I just
Not anymore.
Oh, I see. Nice. It was just enough time where I didn't see it. I'm gonna look at Scott's character, I guess, because he's driving the truck, and be like, "What are they running away from?"
Oh, he's driving the tank behind us.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
driving.
he's driving the tank. So I'm gonna talk to you then, I guess.
Yeah, Torrene's driving the truck.
That makes more sense to have us in the same car then.
Yeah.
You're probably pissed, aren't you?
I say that to Torne, then I'm like, what are they running from?
Some sort of ghosts appeared. I don't know.
Ghost?
Yeah, there were just some objects walking through things. Don't know what it was, but nothing will shake me.
What did they look like?
I don't know, just green things. Green people walking.
Maybe something happened here. Sometimes the bodies, they linger. And bad things happen in places.
The bodies, they seem to be moving fine. I don't see any dead people.
You saw spirits, you said.
Yeah, but just green people walking through stuff. Yeah. Like I said, I just focused on driving.
Astara's, I guess, gonna look around at the environment that they're in right now and just kind of think. I mean, she doesn't really know what the history is here, why, like, what these ghosts would be here for.
Yeah.
Why.
The road itself is 4-lane highway, 2 lanes both ways.
Could I suggest something, Frank?
Yes.
How cool would it be is if there was some sort of cool, crucial green person detail that's from Astara's like past, and that it's not this place, it's coming from like around her warp energy stuff of whatever shit went down in her backstory.
Ah, yes. I know exactly what it was going to
I
be.
have a lot of shit.
Oh
that
well,
happened in
then
my
yeah, then do that.
backstory.
I'm
Yes,
sorry
a
to
lot.
steer your thunder.
There's a
Go
reason
ahead.
why she's fearless, because
That's what-
she's been
yeah.
put through some shit, man.
That's what I mean. I thought that'd be kind of a cool nod.
Yeah, but as a star, you once again, all the apparitions are no longer there. Simply, you came out with Scry. You closed the opening in the warp.
Yeah.
But what did the apparitions look like? Tell me. What did Toronto see over there?
They were just green, ghostly humanoid creatures.
What did Astara?
Oh.
Maggie tells you what you saw.
Oh, okay, Maggie, tell me. What did I see? My bad.
Ooh. I like the idea that what they saw were the apparitions of little children walking one at a time into, well, you know where they're going. I don't know if I should say.
I know
All
exactly
right.
where.
So there were small green things kind of walking in a line, seemed to be going towards something.
She thinks on that and doesn't say anything. She actually gets quiet.
Yeah. Now, around the highway itself is not very impressive. It's light forests, sparse trees, and beyond the trees you can see open fields, just untended, overgrowing now with weed and far too much. I don't know what the word for it is, actually. Basically, the fields are overgrown.
Brush, corn,
Yeah, brush, corn, wheat.
Bales of hay
Harvest?
grass.
You're talking about just like it's a field of
Yeah, it's a field of...
crops?
It's a crop field, but it's far overgrown. It has not been tended to in a long time.
Oh, cool.
An
So it's rotting.
untended crop field.
Because I know the word isn't farrow, but it's something like that.
Fallow.
Fallow, that's it.
Okay, that's the word you're going for. I was like, what word are you trying to get to?
I figured he was just trying to go all piratey and say booty or something like that.
Booty? What?
Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of treasure in the field, you know.
You know, that would be...
Golden grass, shining, glimmering.
No,
good
that's
stuff.
the fields of Elysium you're thinking of.
All right, fair.
That'll wait for you after that sweet, sweet death.
Exactly.
Once you become
All right.
a ghost.
We all seen Gladiator.
Yes.
Great movie. So, in front of you, the road is relatively open for a little bit. People seem to be calming down, reapproaching the road cautiously. There's luggage just thrown all about, which you'll have to drive around unless you really want to run it over. It probably won't damage the truck.
He'll probably go around him. He'll weave. Do I need to do a roll pilot check?
Nah, it's just, you know, after a storm, there's sticks and stuff in the road.
Yeah.
You dodge it.
Or
So, like,
straddle a suitcase and go under the truck.
I do that when I drive a lot, especially when there's a pothole. But yeah,
Is there anything stopping me from just reuniting with them?
no. There's
Okay.
people behind you, but you can easily walk against the crowd.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll walk behind the crowd. I'm catching up to the group. I want to reunite with my friends.
to be fair,
both-
Torne has no clue what he's looking for and has not heard anything from Astera other than the fact that she was talking to somebody on some comms. Did Torne have the comms?
Yeah,
as
you're
well?
sharing. We shared
Yeah.
comms with you. We shared the
probably
same
did.
frequency with
Okay.
you.
All
You're
right.
on our comms.
Cool. I couldn't remember whether I was or not. But he just kept quiet. So he doesn't know what he's looking for.
Yeah.
He just knows he's looking for somebody.
That means I don't know you're on the comms. Cool. Right. So then I think I'll probably see Ostara, but then I would see you in like the
Mhm.
front of the hood of the car as I come up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit like, you know, I'm not going to think that you're obviously someone bad, right? I'm just taken back from it.
All
Right.
you would see is it's basically a Imperial soldier garb or Imperial guard garb, armor and everything.
Sure. Not like Tempesters?
Not Tempestus. You would actually
Okay.
recognize it as the Caledonian guardman uniform from
Okay.
the guard who was on the Von Wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And you just see that he's got a full mask on. You can't see
Yeah.
his face at all.
Cool.
If I see you,
A star. Yeah.
do I see him?
Yeah, you guys easily.
Yeah. We
Okay.
see each other. Yeah.
I will put my hand up.
It's good to see you. I see you've been more
successful than I've been finding people. It's Caledonian. Good day, soldier.
We found him on one of the pods. 8765309. I can't say that without laughing.
It's like a
I
phone.
can't either.
I feel like Torne is like really like you know when like you're just like real chill driving a truck like in traffic,
Yeah.
just like what's up? You like your hands like half out on the steering wheel. You know,
Yeah.
what's up? The casual.
Torne would say, "Pleasure to meet you. Name's Torne. Hop on in."
Torne.
We,
Nice. Gildo.
the others in his pod, did not make it. They crashed, and it was
Condolences,
not a
but you made
pretty
it.
sight.
That's what counts.
Yeah, they're buried. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, makes 2 peas in a pod. I lost mine too.
We'll share stories later, I guess. Of digging
Nah,
holes.
There's not much to talk about.
Luther is driving the tank behind us.
God,
Due to Torne here's negotiation and Luther,
Oh.
we were able to get the tank.
Yeah. I look back through the rearview mirror of the truck. Is the tank like super fucked up? You know, like
It's
is it
like a
like
little light
is there like a
tank
huge
that-
like hole in it? Is it like Swiss cheese truck
I think
that we
they
gotta go
actually
in
did
again?
a good job
Or is
patching
it
it
like
up.
pretty good?
I
You
remember
can-
they rolled to patch it up, and it was actually not
Yeah.
bad.
You can.
It was actually
tell-
really good. At
But it's like
first.
a light tank. It's not a
Yeah,
fancy
it's fine.
tank.
Yeah, it's a light tank.
We'll stop a las gun.
It will stop a lasgun, but not
all that
much
matters.
anything bigger.
That's fine. That's
Um,
good. If anything, it's great moving cover. So
Yeah.
like whatever.
And you can definitely tell it has suffered a lot of battle damage. Looks like one of the tracks is far more worn out than the other. And on
Was
one
it
side,
donutting?
on one side, there's just this large metal panel which has been bolted on. Which, from your battlefield experience,
Oh no, this is perfect.
yeah, it's just there.
Well-
There's a giant hole there. So
I do that like slight grimace. I'm like,
real glad Man Victus isn't here. Well, it looks good enough. I'm sure Mr. Tech Priest would have a few words, few curses.
we just get this scene of just a tech priest just hovering over something and just going, nah. Or going,
right.
I love his character
Shout
so
out
much.
to Ollie's character.
Ollie's
he'd be
character's
so
so
pissed to
good.
see it.
Yeah.
See a tank or a machine like this in
He
such
would
bad
lose
quality
his
condition.
shit.
I know
yeah.
that's what I'm joking. That's exactly right.
First
So it's a
off,
joke.
not a
Like-
proper pattern.
Whenever
tank.
you say that, I think Osara
Yeah,
is like,
it's supposed to be lighthearted.
yeah. She
Yeah.
would be like, I don't know. I think he would probably toy with it too much.
Well, I think between the 3 of us here, I think this might be the most cultured vehicle on this planet.
At that, you'd hear Torne just chuckle.
I spent a week with these people. They have 27 different words for desert taupe. The weird thing is I'm starting to understand them all. Let's get off this rock.
What are these 27 words?
I don't want to get into it.
Desert's a desert.
Is that when
Yeah,
when
right.
Torne like turns up the volume and it's like this country twang like song? We're just
Desert's
riding
desert,
down
man.
this
West
road
Virginia.
really slowly behind these like slow
Blue Ridge
refugees.
Mountains.
Yeah. Oh, you missed that
Oh my gosh.
episode.
All the
When
time.
I sang.
Oh really? Yeah, you did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Bring out that John Denver. Let's do it. Awesome. That's funny. Yeah, right. This place just really seems like but for the record, I'm having a great time. It's my character who's like over this, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think any of us in this situation,
Yeah.
you're moving at like 20 miles an hour. This is
you wanna-
traffic, but
is
way
any-
worse.
We're trapped in Kansas. Like I don't want to be in Kansas right now.
Traffic in
And
Kansas.
yeah, we're in
That's true.
exactly.
We
We're
are
in
trapped
Kansas
in
traffic
Kansas.
right now. I don't want to be in traffic in Kansas.
The
So
worst.
this is boring for
You
like
know,
Godo.
at least when you're stuck in regular traffic, we're all city folk. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
cool. Billboard. Here it's just like corn.
I don't know.
I
You might
like
see
the
a
country.
coyote sometime. Or
I'm a country bumpkin though, so maybe I'm the outsider here. I'm
Hey,
like, yay,
you-
Okay.
cornfields.
I am, except for just
Right.
fields, like Wyoming and Kansas. I can't.
They're beautiful.
To
At
your
least in
character,
Texas, you
Maggie.
get cows.
Maggie, to your character, this is like probably one of the closest things you've seen to like real life in terms of like a civilization working in a way, like actual true
No,
people. That's not just like terror.
My family came from. My family were farmers.
Yeah, she's actually from an
My
Oh,
mom
okay.
and dad are like they were farmers, and so.
Oh, okay.
But I was showing signs of. weird
All right, so
stuff,
it does, but you still definitely feel sympathetic, like this, like, oh, this is kind of more like what you're used to then.
But
So it wasn't
When I was little, like,
idealistic. It
really
wasn't
little.
idyllic, but vaguely nostalgic.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
more nostalgic for her, I think,
Yeah.
than anything. Like,
Sure.
but at the same time, it also maybe brings up a little bit of sadness for her.
Yeah, totally. Right, because it's like something you can never have again.
Well, it's not about the can't ever have again. It's about her last memory of what
Oh.
happened when
Yeah,
she
that's-
was there.
The trauma. The
There's just
trauma.
a ship that comes down and mows down all the cows.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Oh.
watch her session 0, basically she watched her family. She
Yeah.
watched her like grandfather die in front of her. So
Yikes.
Yeah. you did the police. The police came.
pretty much, yeah. Yeah, but
Guardsman, what do you think of this place?
Seems like a planet to me. Lots of people, war. I don't know. Haven't seen much of it other than burying bodies and these guys.
Good old soldiering.
Just got to keep moving forward.
If you're not burying bodies or digging ditches.
And if you're not doing either, you best be watching your back and shooting those that are approaching.
Hear that?
Yeah. Cool. So we have some cool chatter in the car, right? And
Yeah.
then
now the question is, radio on or off?
they said radio
Mhm.
on.
Yeah.
Radio. Oh, you mean like the radio, like to listen to music?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Radio's
Sure.
on.
I'm sure it's probably
Yeah,
on,
why not?
knowing these guys.
I mean, when was the last time we were targeted by a radio guided missile or something? Never. So it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Who uses?
Why would we get targeted by a missile?
All right. Well,
Wasn't
you guys-
the last time we were attacked was because
The
was
beacon.
that because Maggie's? Oh, it was the beacon. It wasn't your powers. It was the beacon.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you.
I mean, things
That's
happened because of my powers too. I did attack a bunch of people.
right, but it was the beacon was the thing that caused the hit squad.
Yeah.
So okay, we're good.
Well, that's what we assume.
And the radio is not like blaring. It's like
Yeah, and it's a
like,
regular
a
truck radio.
good music volume.
Yeah,
You're
We-
not.
so we can hear
You're
it.
not
You can hear it, but you can
rolling
still
like
talk
thug,
over it.
feeling the bass.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only way I listen to my radio.
Oh, cool.
Is if the volume is all the way high. So yeah, once again, the drive itself is now that people are coming back in and you're all together. It's slow, boring. The highlight of your day is you see a field full of bovine.
No, the highlights when Tornade break checks Luther.
That's good. Tell me, is can I get a reminder of what we're supposed to get in the capital here?
Hopefully, rescue.
Yeah.
A ship
They
off this
told us
planet?
that they
That's what you
found
want,
other
right?
people like us and that they have other beacons.
Wow, that's pretty brazen considering everyone else who had beacons got attacked. But okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Well, it wasn't the capital that attacked you guys, but that is generally where you guys decided to go to see if there was anybody else or if there was a way off the planet.
Yeah,
As
we
you
were
go-
told there were refugees there by the one person, as well as like they had the list of all the pods and different stuff that they had found.
Just so, like, okay, cool. I might say this in character if it wasn't clear already, but if we have to choose between refugees and a ship, we're choosing the ship, right?
If we have to choose between the what?
If we have a choice between getting off this rock, mutually exclusive choices between getting off this rock or saving refugees, we're getting off this rock, right?
I mean, the whole point is to get out this rock.
Right.
I've got
I'm
stuff
saying-
we all have
Right.
stuff to do.
I feel like we would have already, like, as a group, confirmed that, right? Yeah.
I mean,
okay,
we
cool.
did agree that since if it's going to take time, that we would want to get rid of
Help
that
people,
other
yeah.
fake church that's like lying and clearly the
Church
ones who
of
attacked
the
our people
Yeah, exactly.
and
Right.
attacked our ship, the
Yeah.
Wonderwolf.
But yeah, but
I mean,
passage
Tornade.
off this thing is definitely what we want.
Yeah, I don't think Tornade knows that. Tornade
Yeah.
just knows where you guys are heading and was
Cool.
filled in on. my
Oh, then
end.
perfect. Then
Yeah.
then that's what we're talking about in the car then, right? Like it's one of those things where I look out the window and it's like,
I'm not sure if we told you here, guardsmen. We're not in the business of picking up stragglers, but you're welcome to join us. But we're mostly looking for a ship off this rock.
I mean, sounds like a plan to me. We
So
weren't supposed to be on this rock anyway to begin with.
We all were on the Wanderwolf, headed wherever we may be headed.
It sounds like all your friends burned up in the crash. My condolences. So, but on the good news, then it doesn't sound like you're gonna run into any old friends here.
Well, I mean, they weren't exactly friends. I was just tasked with protecting them, and unfortunately, our pod went down in a flurry of fire, and well,
That happens. That's not your fault, soldier.
I never understand how they choose who goes into
think-
what pod.
The commissar would choose differently. Pointing back to the tank, right? But like, I'm like, we're like the same kind of rank bullshit. So like, we have the same gripes against people, right?
Mhm.
So we're like extremely relatable mood.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
And
Yeah, I
as
like
guys
you.
are talking, just over the radio, you hear the music stops in the middle and just goes do 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 as a broadcast, which you haven't heard before, comes over the line,
Mm.
and it's a fairly feminine voice that you hear over the radio. This is Anita Bellicane, Lord Governor of Tor, leader of the Imperial Military Junta of Tor. For those of you who are being displaced by the war, I do apologize profusely. It is a failure in my duty to protect you against these rabble and traitors.
Tornado kind of chuckle.
We are working on taking our planet back fully for the Emperor. Praise be his name.
Praise be his name. You just
It makes me-
she just says it like as if it's like that's what Asara does.
My message to you is stay strong. We will be at peace soon. To any survivors of the ship Vanderwolf, please make your way to the capital at once. We are gathering you as we can in a safe location so that we may bring you back to the Imperium's hold.
Is that
What?
a metaphor?
Hmm?
Imperium's hold, is that a metaphor? Or do you mean
Yes.
like in the arms of
In
it?
the
Or
embrace. So you
Oh,
see it
okay.
in a very odd way.
Right.
That sounds odd.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can
We have
I roll an
survivors.
insight
can roll
on
insight.
her voice?
It's clearly a man speaking.
I mean,
that
as
one's my
soldiers, we're
favorite
used to
roll.
being told bullshit all the time,
Yeah,
like literally
so
our entire lives. So
wasn't a great roll, but
I mean, still a
it's
roll.
a
you can
3.
re-roll it. You can spend a glory. You get 2 glory a session, right?
Two Wrath a
A
session.
wrath.
Or Wrath. I'm sorry, Wrath. Wrath lets you re-roll, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is
You just
3 a
have to
low
expect,
roll
right?
or?
No, in this case, you can tell this is a pre-written scripted message.
So she's all like monotone.
Yes. The worst part about it is you've all heard messages like this before of this is obviously not the first recording. There's no noise in the background that you're able to hear. It's clearly scripted and taken in a booth or something.
Yeah, it's old and stale too, right?
I'll roll. Also, we can also assist. Well, we can't assist each other in insight rolls. I'll roll an insight as well.
Sure.
Oh, that's a good roll.
5.
Yeah, you're able to tell basically the same thing as they're able to tell. You're able to sense a small quiver in her voice as she's talking about the war and ending it soon. Not so much that she's afraid or sad, but specifically when she says that it will end soon, it almost sounds sarcastic in your ears.
You just hear Ostara like mumbling some prayer words. That's what it sounds like at first. And then more audibly she says, This war will never end.
Does war ever really end? Looking at what's her name again? Gildo.
Gyodo. Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at Gildo, wars never end.
Fist bump.
There's always someone, isn't there? Vying for some type of power.
Yeah, people just want to kill each other. That's what I've gotten out of it.
You think that people just want to kill each other for no purpose?
Here? Yes.
Believed purpose is different than real purpose.
And what do you believe?
I believe people will fight when they're told to fight, and people will strive on best they can no matter what's going on. It's an unfortunate circle of life, but I mean, looking here, just all seem out to looking out for themselves and grab what they can grab. I don't know. People are just people.
I think this planet has been corrupted.
I just think it's weak. Farms. Ain't nothing like Katachan, let me tell you. But that's a story for a different time.
I have heard stories.
I mean,
Yeah.
how close are we to the city? Let's go.
You guys are actually maybe about a week away now. It'll be a slow drive. You're almost there. You're actually within the disarmament zone.
What does that mean?
Where
Taking
no
weapons.
fighting's allowed.
No fighting.
Oh, okay.
When I hear disarmament, I think, oh, people are taking away weapons.
They're gonna disarm me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my guns.
Ain't nobody taking my guns.
No fighting in the war room. Got it.
This is in game, by the way, for people in chat that are taking a lot of stuff literally. It's Torne. Nobody
Yeah.
taking my guns.
Droble. Tarantino? Toblerone.
Tostitos.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Tostitos. Dude, Tostitos
So we have to, like,
is trying
camp?
so hard to get into gaming. Tostitos, you want to sponsor Unsung Fury? Let me
Yeah.
know.
Look, Taco Bell, if you want to sponsor us, me and Brian go there all the time.
Oh, please. I'll take some Taco Bell.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Oh no.
I'm open for any company that wants to work with me. I'm ready.
Look, if it's a food company, yes.
I'm going independent. Give me some money. I'm ready. I'll promote your stuff.
Agreed. All right, Gilda, you had a question before I got sidetracked with making fun of his name.
Yeah, we did. Speaking of which, what does Torne see meeting Gildo? He's never seen Gildo before, so.
Oh yeah, Eric, if you want to describe what. Gildo looks like.
Yeah. Something like a cross between like Lieutenant Surge from Pokemon, and what's his name from Street Fighter, the American.
Okay, I know who you're talking about in Street Fighter, yeah.
Yeah, but the giant blonde hair
Guile?
spiked up.
Yeah,
Guyan, yeah. Between that and then like something like a soldier straight out of Predator in the 80s.
Okay. So he's just like a
green,
really buff
green,
dude.
like legit buff Rambo person. Like that's like the quintessential Katachan soldier. Like olive. But only now I'm probably like wearing some desert khaki stuff. But yeah, as Frank mentioned, the most notable thing for me would be, besides like I probably don't have the heavy machine gun. That was probably in the truck or whatever.
Yeah, it's still in the truck.
Right.
But...
Yeah. So the most notable thing would probably just be my knife, which is like a big old Katachan knife, which is like a machete. And I have like a red bandana, but that's also like classic Katachan.
Sorry.
What?
Right. Like
Knock
if
up on
Giles
me when
if
I was
Giles was
ready.
in the Predator, that's me.
All right.
I'm like your real like classic. Yeah.
So you're just
No
like
Sly Marbo, but
you're like
I'm trying
you're
to
just
be.
like a bigger human. You aren't like a
No, I'm not meta or augmented. Well, that
Yeah.
way, but yeah, no. I'm
Yeah,
just,
he doesn't
I'm
like
just a
look
bigger
like
human.
Just has-
Bior looked like, where Bior
Yeah,
was like this huge
yeah, like
hulking thing,
giant.
you know?
he's not.
No,
as-
there's also steroids in the air of Katachan. That's basically
yeah.
Pretty much.
like
He just looks like a beefcake.
my biceps are so big.
Like a
Yeah.
beefcake.
Yeah.
He's just
He's
curls for the girls all day long.
He's swole, man.
I'm very small.
Possibly.
Correct.
Now, just for your knowledge instead of character knowledge, yeah, Katachan is a death world, which is very heavy gravity, but also very deadly fauna. It's called a death world because most people die on it. So most people die, like 50% of people die before the age of 3. Then 50% of those survivors die before the age of like 10.
So basically, few people survive.
Yep, only like the super strong ones.
Yep.
All right.
He's
So,
like, and I'm alive.
you guys keep driving and driving. More and
Tornado,
more.
I'll try and keep testing Luther with some brake checks every now and then, and a fake swerve with a turn signal, or just trying to throw Luther off course, because hey, that's what Tornado does. When he's bored, he's just gonna mess with stuff and see if he can mess
He's
with
gonna
people.
make you take a piloting check, dude.
I don't. Hey,
No, you turned the turn signal.
Oh, did you end up spending a
Turn-
wrath or no?
No,
no, I didn't. I didn't reroll.
Yeah, and more and more you guys see the small shanty towns on the side of the roads being built up. And the closer you get to the capital, you notice that their shanty towns grow bigger and bigger as you go by. Simple prefabricated buildings made from ceramcrete, lots of small wood buildings, metal buildings made with sheet metal, basically. Just in the hundreds of thousands. And
I mean, Tarane will have to pull over and take a rest. He's not a
Space Marine.
space wolf.
Yeah. So every now and then, you guys would have to pull over the rest of it, unless somebody else wants to drive during the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could swap out drivers.
Well,
I could drive.
As long
what's
as
your
I'm not
guys-
the one driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your guys'
Then-
pilot skills?
Then Torne and Ostara will take turns driving.
Yeah.
Torino say
My
if that
piloting
was
is
agreed upon before,
6.
he would tell Ostara, you better rest if you're going to be sleeping or driving during the night. Make sure you got your wits about you. Who knows with how many people are here, somebody could try and pull something on us.
It is hard to rest.
Well, yeah, it's loud. We're in the middle of nowhere.
You do not
they're still just
understand
sleeping
what
back.
loudness is.
All right. I guess I don't.
Imagine hearing something in your head every day for your entire life.
What, do you get a bullet lodged in your head, bouncing around or something? Tornade's trying to make light of it, and
Yeah.
the fact that he's trying to not be serious right now.
Something like that.
Yeah, it sounds pretty bad. Well, whatever we can do, just got to take care of ourselves, I guess, in this situation.
She just nods at you. And Ostara will try to take his advice of trying to rest. But for those of you back home, she hears hymns and prayers in her head forever, 24/7.
That would be horrible.
Also, the question is whether Luther can drive that long anyway, because we got two
No, he
vehicles
can't.
driving together. So
No, he can't.
Luther can drive a little longer than you guys, but not by much. So, actually, judging by that, unless someone wants to drive the tank as well in shifts, you guys would actually have to pull over every night.
Yeah, I think there'd probably have to be, because if we have 3 people driving,
I mean, we just pull over.
I guess
We're just,
one person could always swap out for another person.
and so before they're finished able to drive, and so it's like half drive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's yeah. Just,
We'd have to just rotate between all the vehicles.
Yeah.
it's not going to be
More
much
regularly.
worse if we pull off compared to if we just go, right? if we do this
it's
switch.
how long it's been, and we've also taken a lot of time. So our original estimation of how much time it was going to take us was 2 weeks, and we've already gotten way
It's
past
been like
that.
a month.
Yeah, we were already like over 4 months, or 4 months, over 4 weeks.
No, that's just for the show. 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been driving that whole 2 months we were gone. You guys don't realize it. It's all that was happening. It was just silent driving.
Silent drive.
Yeah, nothing interesting happened during that time, people. That's why we skipped those episodes. Everyone roll awareness. You see cows over there.
I was ready to actually roll awareness, so that was
I
great.
see a lot of cows. I see 6
That's-
cows.
Yeah,
A
let's
lot
see
of
how
cows.
many cows I see. I see
None.
nothing. Oh, I did. Oh my god, I see nothing. Hey, my eyes are
You're
closed.
resting.
I'm
You're actually
sleeping.
resting.
You're literally asleep.
Yeah. So Gildo, you're like, wow,
I'm
look at
only
this.
0. Is that even possible? How?
All right. How many
And then
cows do I see? I see a lot of cows.
Yeah.
Same amount of cows.
We see a lot of
Yeah.
cows.
Yeah, it's the same herd. You guys went in the circle.
Don't you dare say that.
Oh my god, I
It's
can't
actually
believe
why
I
it
rolled a
took
0.
so long. So I took 2 months as you guys were accidentally driving in a circle. All
That
right.
is just
For
great.
real, what the hell?
Okay, I'm gonna give everyone an extra wrath for that because it was funny.
Ooh, extra wrath. You gotta make me add more things to the.
Yeah.
Here, I can just drag all the wrath. Luther doesn't
No, you
get it.
can't do it on the overlay.
No, I'm doing it on Roll20. I'm just moving it so we're
Oh, in the
aware
roll
of it.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to do it in the overlay separately.
Yeah, the nights are relatively uneventful whenever you do pull over. Everyone seems to be sticking mostly to themselves. Every once in a while, you get somebody approach you and attempt to haggle for the truck.
Buy the truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to get into the truck again. We're
Well,
getting
no.
more hagglers.
The closer you get, especially this night, is some of the approaches you, they're in relatively fine clothing that seems a little worn down. Yes. Can I talk to the owner of the truck?
Well, you're looking at all 3 of us.
Yes, and which one of you
Who's
is the
sleeping?
proprietor of this truck?
All 3 of us.
I see. Who owns the deed to the vehicle? And he actually looks at Astara now instead of away from guardsmen.
Oh, am I not asleep? Who does own the deed to the truck? I don't actually know.
None of you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure it's stolen.
It was,
This was
Yeah,
This is
right.
the one that Manvictus gave us, right?
yeah. It was the one that was inside the house
It was
that you
inside
guys
that
were
house
living
that we were in, yeah.
in. You know, that you
And it didn't work, and he set it
Didn't
up,
work.
and he made it work for us.
fixed it.
Right.
So no one
Tornado-
owns this.
Well, Torne never really looked, so he's just saying we 3 own it because we're all.
Yeah. Whenever the guy looks at me, I'm like, it doesn't matter what you want.
I'm willing to offer good thrown gelt for it.
It is not for sale.
Everything is for sale, lady.
No, it's not for sale.
You can tell he's getting a little frustrated whenever you like shut him down. It's like, I'm willing to offer you 1,000 thrown gelt.
I will have no purpose for that.
Everybody has a purpose for money.
No. Not one who does not plan to stay here very long.
He looks towards
Torne will stick his head out the window and just say, I mean, I'll take the money, but you won't get the truck.
You, sir, you seem reasonable. 2,000 thrown gelt. You surely must be the owner of this truck.
Is he talking to Torne?
No, to Gildo.
I'm just staring at him right now. Just like,
He just like
how dare you speak to me?
withers away under your gaze.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We're terrible.
Fine. You all probably stole it. And he turns on his heel and like storms off.
Okay.
I will.
Whatever.
Just
Yeah.
random encounter.
Yeah.
You do notice that he spoke relatively good Low Gothic.
Mm. Is there anything else that was interesting about him that we would note?
No, he just well-to-do clothes, seemed like possible minor noble.
What would I roll to see if he was actually serious about potentially reporting us to authorities of some kind?
Insight?
Insight?
All right, I'm gonna roll that.
I just want to know what his intentions were. It's pretty good insight, dude.
Yeah, he's probably he's just bluffing at that point. You
He just wants the
insulted him
truck.
by not selling it. He just wants a truck. He clearly, you could have haggled higher with him, obviously, but he wanted to buy that truck.
Yeah, we need a vehicle, so we aren't getting rid of this truck.
And we couldn't fit 4 people in that tank. It's a 2-person tank, so
No, that
Everybody
tank can
sit
only
on
fit
laps.
2 people.
Do we
And
look like an auto
Lobos-
dealership? Yeah, we're not selling our truck.
yeah.
Like,
But yeah, as this low noble storms away after some fierce rejection, the night sets in. Do you guys make a campfire or anything?
of course.
Yeah, if we have to
Um,
set up for the evening, we will. Then.
Yeah.
Torrene's probably gonna sleep in the truck.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I think most
This
of us
truck's got to be
probably-
so stanky.
yeah.
Hey, he's got the gas mask. He doesn't smell anything.
I've been in a car for like 14 hours, and like I can imagine
it's
being
the
in a car in a
worst.
week. It's got to be so stank.
I drove from San Antonio, Texas to San Diego, California. That's a 2+ day drive.
Yeah, that's some stank.
Yeah.
It's stank
I
on-
drove
on
from
the tube- on the
Alabama
tube.
to San Diego.
Ooh, even Alabama. Alabama was
Yeah.
even worse.
I
That-
mean,
that had Alabama stink in it.
the longest drive I did was probably from Cincinnati to Denver.
Yeah, that's pretty far.
Wow.
Yeah, air out
Wow.
those, air out your car, guys. Just roll the windows down.
No, back seat, windows up. That's the way I like to drive long distance.
Shame on you.
Are we
Um,
still in giant herds of people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
it's-
people
it's
are
it's
breaking
gonna
off.
be a
joining-
long.
That's
Okay,
why Torrene's
then
sleeping in
it's-
the truck, honestly.
Yeah, then it's literally impossible to not bump into people and hear people talking.
Mhm.
So then I'm going to treat that as I would love to hear whatever the word the street is about what's going on
Nice.
with this
Yeah.
person, right?
Sure.
It's not, I'm not actively seeking this information. It's just people are going by and you just hear random shit because of course is what they're talking about, right? I assume that, of course, I have to roll.
Yes.
I think Torrene will also have the windows down and probably be tuning in before he gets some rest while he's still trying to keep his wits about him every now and then.
Yeah, since you're not
Um,
actively listening, I won't have you roll investigation. I'll just have you roll awareness.
Awareness? Yeah.
To see what you
But
can.
like a good awareness check is nowhere near as good as an investigation.
Exactly. You're
Right, but just-
you're basically going to hear what the people are talking
Six
about.
O's.
Nice. Dude, you
Oh,
guys and your sixes. What is happening?
I have
I
good
don't know,
dice.
but you guys are rolling 2.
Eric's
high.
hacking the roll
I
20.
freshly, yeah. I'm in the code.
He does work roll 20, so that would not surprise me.
Oh, did you want me to roll too? Since I'm just kind of tuning in every now and then.
Now counting
sleeping.
you guys as hearing the
All
same
right,
things.
That's fine.
If you want, you can shift one of those into glory,
Ooh.
or you can
What?
shift
Yeah.
one because you rolled a 6, or you can shift one into better information, faster information, or
Oh, better information. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
Im-
just
improved-
faster information doesn't make any sense. So
improved
like,
quality.
just do this.
better quality.
Yeah,
information.
better quality. Yeah. What are
Um,
people saying? What's actionably like a good rumor?
So
Because I've probably heard like three lies and one truth, and the truth is like somewhat tangible. So like, what is that one?
you
Don't come up with the 3 lies. Just 3 lies. Just give me what was the truth?
got it. 3 lies. Only 3 lies. No, I was going to tell you a couple things that you heard around.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, you've heard from a
No
couple
way.
people that Laura is no.
Fucking Laura.
That
I knew it.
several cities on the front lines have switched sides, going
For the Yunta.
both ways.
Or both ways.
Yeah, going both ways. And that other cities have been attacked in the night, quite the same way that Seafigure Estropolis was attacked, by an unknown force, with neither side claiming to be the one who committed the atrocities in those cities.
Right.
You also hear that the capital was also attacked. Somebody attempted to storm the governor's palace at the same time that all the other cities were attacked. However,
Right.
the attack was repelled.
Like around
No
the same
bodies.
time we were attacked too, right?
Exactly.
Right,
But
right,
no
right. There
bodies
was some
were
sort of
found.
like night of long knives situation.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Also,
Well,
the main one that you hear, which
Yeah,
piques
they've
your
been
ears,
attacked.
is that both Otro Bellacarne and Anita Bellacarne, the two Lord Governors of opposing sides, are still in the palace together.
Hmm.
oh,
And that there is actually a feast happening relatively soon that they are hosting.
okay. Well, that's messed up. All the more the reason to get off this planet.
That's why I said they're like battle.
is-
Their fighting is
No,
is fucked up, man.
Yeah. No, I would actually say
They're
I
like
would actually
keeping
do
in
this.
constant war so that they can
Yeah.
keep the fucking
Fine.
resources going back and forth and rationing people, and then making it so people have to pay a shit ton for like normal everyday goods, even though there's like you look around, you see food everywhere.
Sounds like a profiteering war.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're just enriching the highest elite people are just enriching themselves.
Yeah.
So we all kind of
also-
think, right?
And also enforcing more control over people as they thin the population
This is too real, Frank.
for their own purposes.
I know.
I mean, it's not like heretical. That's just like skeezy as far as
it's just
Imperium
lazy.
goes.
What's heretical is that other faction that's fucking spreading some false god shit.
Are they?
Yeah,
Are they?
yeah,
Yeah.
the God Reborn or something.
You talking about
The
the
Church of
chat
the
when they
Emperor
say glory to something or another?
Glory to what, chat?
Yeah. What,
Don't worry, give
what
them
does
15
chat
seconds.
say?
The anything about the Emperor Reborn is really bad.
I know what you guys are talking about. Those are the good guys. Especially since somebody in chat already posted something in regards to them.
I did see it earlier. Yeah. He
Um,
said praise be because the praise be to the emperor, and then
Glory to the Emperor Reborn.
yeah, there it is.
Heresy.
Snaz.
Thank you, Stans. Now, before we go on break, and before we fade to black for that, you all, as the morning comes and the sun slowly rises, hear trumpets over the radio this time in a little bit of a fanfare. This is Otto Berocane with the Loyal People's Republic of Tor. I am here to talk to you, my people, and inform you that we will win this war. You must hold faith with us, however, as my treacherous sister pushes and murders her way through the world. To the survivors of the Vonderwolf, please contact us as soon as you can so that we may help you. We understand what happened. My sister must have sent ships to attack yours. We will rectify this atrocity that she committed. Please, if you are of noble rank, join me in the governor's palace so that we may dispose of her and her treachery. And the message cuts.
Hmm.
So we have heard a message from each side now.
On the same station, by the
On
way.
the same station.
That's so messed up. Can we insight that one?
Yeah.
3.
It sounded like he was crying.
I don't
Hmm.
think he's crying.
How about that one?
Holy crap!
Well, that's an 11,
Torne, what
but you
the
also
hell,
got
dude?
a bad one.
An
I got a bad
11?
one.
You're hacking.
Man.
No.
So
He's just really paranoid. Torne's
No,
like,
you don't. You literally should just ask Scott about my luck with rolls. I can be legitimately just on fire.
that's an impressive. Well, you can shift one of those into glory.
All right. Can I?
Um,
Does it take away my complication?
No.
All right.
A complication still means you pass. It just means something bad happened.
Yeah.
yeah, you can either, we can add a glory, or you could improve the information, or improve the quality of your insight. But you
Yeah.
rolled an 11, so.
You can shift one into glory. You can shift another one into better information, faster information, or I forgot what the other one was again.
Improve speed, but that, like, you
Improve speed.
you
That's
you insight faster, I guess, but that'd be weird. It doesn't really make sense.
I would say better information for sure. Always better.
Yeah, you. Firstly, you hear
Then you don't get that.
feminine chuckling in the background. It's
Oh my
very,
god.
very faint, but it's a voice that you do recognize.
Oh shit!
And you specifically hear the words very low, "You idiot." You can definitely tell he is under distress while giving this message out, as if he did not want to send this message.
I say, from what I hear, because I heard him crying. Was he crying?
Definitely under distress, but somebody was laughing in the background and said, "You idiot." It probably benefits Torne because he is closer to the radio.
You heard that? I didn't hear anyone say
Oh
that.
yeah, loud and clear. Somehow made it through this little hunk of armor.
Could you tell who it was?
Definitely recognize the voice. Does it sound like the sister?
You could definitely guess that.
It might have been the sister. Seems like they're in the same room. That'd be my guess, but definitely recognized it.
Hmm.
Something does not feel right. I don't think we should be going here.
Well, I think we should be going here, but maybe not contacting them or letting them know that we're refugees.
I agree with that. You think they have others like us from the pods?
I'm worried they're gathering us to slaughter.
I have the same feeling.
Yeah.
To us, we're foreigners. Or to them, we're foreigners, sorry. To us, we're ourselves.
Where did Gildo go?
Well, we're going to need a ship. And if that means we have to lie to them about being buddy-buddy, so be it. But we need that ship. Whatever it looks like. Well, I guess we need to also not get shot down.
Well,
I also don't want to get killed at some party.
Tornail actually mentioned to Astara and just say, didn't you say it didn't seem like a ship of either of these two factions?
Correct.
Yeah, we got still one of those.
That's what. So she's claiming, seems like they're trying to misinform us as it is against the own information that we have for what shot us down to begin with.
My worry is that they are in cahoots with these Church of the Emperor Reborn. Clearly this war is not the war that we think it is. Or, well, what do they want people to think it is?
Yeah. Just weird that they're in the same room, broadcasting on the same radio station, leading separate sides. I don't know if they know who shot us down. I think they're just trying to claim it one way or another to win us over, and honestly just reach out to them, be their pawns.
Yeah. And at that, we fade to commercial.
Mm. All right.
The show brought to you by Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, now with empty cups.
Fourth meal.
This show brought to you by don't trust people that live together on different sides of the war.
Brought to you by the thing that's impossible to eat from Taco Bell because it falls apart super easy.
Tacos.
Oh, chunky cat.
But we'll definitely give you diarrhea.
Oh my gosh.
Taco Bell, throw directly into toilet.
Taco Bell, flush out your system.
Cleaning colons since I don't know, when did Taco Bell like start?
I don't know.
1497.
That would not surprise me. That's when the first taco was invented. All right.
Okay.
But
We are gonna go to break, everybody. We'll see you after a quick 8-minute break, or take your time to get a snack, stretch your legs, get some water, burp. I don't know, whatever you gotta do. We'll take a poop. You know, if you had some Taco Bell, it's fine. Go get some Taco Bell. You know, whatever. We're not actually sponsored by Taco Bell. I don't know what's happening.
not yet.
We will see you all after that, and enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome back to the second part of Unsung Fury, The Long Road, part 2, or part 2, yeah, 2, I said the wrong number, you know, languages is hard. Yeah, so we are coming back to you with the second part. I'll just let Frank take it away. We've been on a very long journey. We've gotten to know each other really well. We've listened to some bad music. We've listened to the two sides faction leaders making their ploy, or making their, I guess, I don't even know what we would call that.
Getting us to interact with them.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone's
follow
fishy.
up
Let's put it that
Facebook.
way. So we don't trust anyone. It's fine. You know, it's every campaign that you've ever been in that regard. So take it away, dear leader.
It's glorious, neither thing.
Oh, sorry.
Glorious.
Glorious leader.
Which fun fact?
I should get used to word glorious. I've had to type it a million times for my community over in Intrepid Studios.
All right. Jumping back into things. The night goes uneventful, just like all the others. The radio shifts from acoustic, people singing and the like, to what sounds like classical music. In its own way. It sounds very odd to your ears. Obviously, native instruments being played. with what almost sounds like a piano in the background. But as the morning comes, you're greeted with what is definitely a robotic sounding message. Clearly a servitor speaking off of a pre-planned script, simply giving you the time, the weather, and the latest news from the front. And none of it's relatively important information. It's going to be sunny. It's 6 in the morning. And a few towns have switched hands overnight as fighting continues along the front. But as the sun rises, you notice something about 10 kilometers away, easily within sight, as the large shadow cast by the hive sitting in front of you reigns supreme over the landscape. Towers and spires, which appear to be miles high, going beyond the clouds and touching the ends of space, dominate the landscape. You simply did not see this in the night, simply because the night. But this is the first time you had a good view of it in the distance.
Looks like somebody's compensating for something.
So are these like towers or like skyscraper buildings?
Skyscraper-like buildings.
Skyscraper.
In Warhammer 40k, hive cities are the main population hub on most worlds. It is basically could house 1 billion people. Some worlds have hive cities with literal tens of billions in them. And most worlds are known as hive worlds, which are just industrial worlds meant literally just to turn out people and goods.
Yeah. Think like Blade Runner giant megacities, but just way worse, and like Soviet like blocks.
Yeah. And lots of like propaganda.
Cogs and propaganda.
Is this the capital?
Yes.
Okay. And this is Thor.
Theo.
What? Theo?
Thero. Thirro.
Thi.
I call it Thero and Thyro, depending on who's saying it.
All right. Cool.
Well, looks like we're pretty close.
Yeah. You guys didn't realize how close you actually were. You're easily 10 kilometers out.
Okay. So then, out of character, what's the plan when we get into the city? Are we going to try to ingratiate ourselves with these people and like announce who we are? Are we actually going to like try to like not do that and get an idea of what the situation is and get more information?
I think we figure out more information. Like, we already are very iffy on the situation, so I think we should scout, get some information, or like, I can probably scry to some extent, maybe into some areas. We can talk to people around to see what they know, what they've heard from what has happened. I don't know, I think we need more information before we...
I also think we shouldn't try and go in the main gate. If there's a gate or anything like that, I feel like we should try and sneak in off the road somewhere.
If we go in as like the huddled masses, there's probably a better chance we won't get as processed. But I think if we're in a car, we're going to get hella processed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you mean go on foot?
Right. Like we don't dish the car. We obviously give it to some people. Right. The tank we can't do anything about. In fact, leaving the tank is probably better because that's immediate flag. Right.
Yeah.
So look, in general, if we want to go, but this is why we're talking about it now, right?
Yeah.
So it's
I think if we take those and go off the beaten path and go in from a different direction, we don't have to abandon our resources.
Is the city, does it look like it's fully encased? Like it has like a
every hive city is surrounded by giant walls.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
They're supposed to be like places for sieges, right, and
Yeah.
stuff. They're supposed to be able to last theoretically like X number of
That's
days.
what I figured. That's why I was like, I don't think
Like,
that
They
solution.
build them to certain standards, which is how long they last before like an orc invasion breaks through them. Like there's like certain like codes for that. So
It's
like
basically a
Can this
fortress.
withstand a horde of orcs or not?
yeah, all the cities are designed like craggly, like trench lines, for that reason. Like it's a big deal, and you like it's literally designed that way.
Yeah, and for Ostara's knowledge, you would know that the lower you are in the city, the worse it is. You've definitely worked in the lower hive before, where the mutants and scum live.
Yeah, you don't want to go through the sewers. Like that's really bad. That's guaranteed mutations and stuff. Like you don't go through the sewers. That's not like waste going through there. Like we know it.
Because you have the underhive where, hell no. You have the lower hive where, the gangers, minor mutants.
The Necromunda game takes place.
And you have the middle hive where the middle class live, and then the upper hive where the rich people live. Oh.
Yeah.
Then yes, that's my rich person noise and
Yes, indubitably. Yes.
I'm ready.
Looking around, would we see like more of the rich people that might be interested in purchasing?
Just roll awareness real quick.
Yeah, get another.
I don't know. Okay. So here's a thought.
No.
Give it to someone rich. They're probably connected. And there's probably more of a trail to us. But if we give it to some middle nobodies, of course, whoever has this truck is going to get questioned. But they're like, it's less likely that they have the resources in following up if it's just like a bunch of rando people we give this truck to.
The argument that Torne would make has more to do with the fact that if we have money, we have more opportunity to bribe.
That's true, right? It's like a higher risk, higher reward thing.
Yeah.
I hear you. What do you think, Ostara? So you have two perfectly valid options, right?
Yeah.
If we pawn it for money, there's probably higher heat, like in terms of people are able to follow that a little bit better. That person probably gives a better description than some like random farmer, right? And that type of stuff.
I think Ostara's point on it is we need to ditch the car. She doesn't care which way you go about it.
I mean, Torne's completely covered in armor. It's like, what
She
are
has
they
no
gonna
use
just drive
for
in?
anything, so other than getting off this planet.
This place doesn't even use Imperial script. They use their own monopoly money.
Yeah.
Thromgelt is the most common.
Is it?
World.
It's
World
world
money?
money?
Yeah.
Oh, it is world money. My bad. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I thought they were using script. My bad.
Thromgelt
It's pretty
is
useful then.
the money of rogue traders.
Yeah. Makes sense. Okay, no, Tyler makes a great point. Then hell yeah. I'm sorry, I thought we were trying to get monopoly money, so that was skewing what I was thinking. My bad. No,
Right.
let's go. I would have suggested that. Yeah, let's go with Tyler.
I think Ostara's point is we sell it to whoever will take it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the point is we don't get in, and sneaking this stuff in is going to be way more of a challenge considering we have
So
no
the
resources
truck
to
has a
sneak
huge
this into.
gun on it too.
Yeah, and like there's the only way you're getting the tank in there is if there's like a military parade.
No, I mean
Right.
like the truck,
Or-
not even the tank. I'm saying the truck
Yeah,
also has
Remember,
a big
your heavy
Gatling gun on it.
stubber is on
Oh
there.
yeah, that's right. It's on the back of the truck.
Yeah, I'm like both of these vehicles are like war machines.
Unless we had like a tow truck and we were like scrappers or something, like that might and like make it look like that because this thing looks like crap, right?
The other
That's
option
a
is
possibility. And then we reassemble it once we're in there if we really want it, right? Just say we're scrappers kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or like we're in the military, we understand what it's like, so it's like we're salvagers or something, but then there might be things that we don't actually know what's going on. But that is one way I see of possibly getting that tank in there, right? If it's like on the back of like a tow truck kind of thing, being like, yep, this bad boy, slap the side of it where like the holes are and stuff, scrapping it for the yard for Guild or whatever for the Junta, and then pass through kind of thing.
Kind of seems kind of a waste though, seeing as we just got the tank, that we
Yeah.
just drove the tank and then never had.
It's what Frank
never got
does to
use
us.
it.
I give, and then I make you guys also give away.
Because we don't have, there's, I mean, unless we want to play like Mad Max Tank Raiders in the middle of the desert, if we're going into the capital, I don't know how we're gonna get this thing in there.
Right.
Because like so many people are coming in here, and like all that stuff's getting processed by guards and everybody on the doors, right? There's only like a few doors, and there's no way you can like, there's no underway, unless you go through like the literally radioactive sewers. Like
That's why it's
radioactivity would be the least.
Yeah.
That's why
That
it's
would
taking us so long to get in. Is because
Exactly.
this line is literally like they're processing people.
Why don't we tell Luther to just hang out outside the city? You know.
Yeah, I mean that's also the possibility.
We could leave the
is
car
then
and the
someone
truck
just-
here,
they
or the
just
car
loiter.
or the truck and the tank here, and have them Bior and Luther look over it.
Yeah.
Luther would mention that he does have to actually get to the Imperial Palace because that is where his job is as the junior commissar for this world's commissar.
Maybe he could actually
Oh.
take the tank in, or lead us in then.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I didn't know that's how that works. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
that's a
that-
great.
Well, yeah. Then I think
Sounds
we
good to
just.
me,
That's why
then.
I'm bringing it up. I usually don't play people's characters, but
All right. Then
Yeah,
Luther,
I mean-
Luther lead the way.
Yeah, I mean, if Luther's going to do the thing about like, yeah, I work for them, this is fine, and like just do that whole thing, and that's probably great. Then I don't know why we're waiting in lines
Yeah.
if we have a commissar.
yeah, and it's more
I mean,
so
we're not plebeians. Like, let's go.
Yeah, it's more so that he actually has a job in the city already. And I gotta fix my camera again because it dropped a bit. There we go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's crush
well,
it.
Luther lead the way. Basically,
All
Torrene
Right.
would just.
Who wants to roll for Luther just because?
Tyler should,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Tyler has godlike dice skills.
Oh, that's true.
Hey, that last roll wasn't that great, but if you want me to roll
two's
for
better.
Luther,
You didn't get any complications.
if you want, I can roll it.
Do it. Go for it.
You
I
can
gotta
now.
find
Luther. It's
player
Luther.
sheet.
Should be under Daleric and Luther.
Yeah, I got that far. I gotta move some stuff around so that I can see things.
You have like two character sheets open.
No, because I gotta switch to rolling as Luther. I want to make sure that popped up
Oh, I see.
and go to skills. What am I rolling?
So, judging by how Scott's been playing, intimidation.
That makes sense. That makes sense. All right.
Ooh, 9. Jeez Louise, Tyler. What the hell
You've been rolling really well tonight.
is happening?
You are. Good job, Tyler.
You're welcome. You told me
You're
to
really
roll
good at
for
role
him,
playing
so-
games.
Apparently, you know.
Yeah, so which gate are you guys going through? There's multiple ways into the city. There's one main fortified entryway, which is where most everyone is going through. There are a few side passages, which are literally just meant for traffic to go through. It's not, it can easily be shut down and made into a fortified area, but it's basically just a tiny hole in the wall meant for foot traffic and minor vehicles to go through.
Well, I wouldn't call it tank necessarily. It's a light tank, but
Yeah. And think of it as the size of a Humvee.
yeah, that's still a pretty large vehicle. But still within normal range. I don't know. What do you guys think? I kind of think going a side entrance is probably a little bit better, but it's also a little bit fishier if we're not going through the main gate.
No, I mean the main gate's for the plebeians. We're going with the military stuff. Be like, yep,
Yeah.
we got business. Like,
That makes sense. If we go to a side gate that seems more military and traffic flow, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it
we
takes
literally have a commissar working, so like we don't even have to lie about it that much,
Yeah.
right? Like they
No.
have the codes then.
I mean,
Right, they have all the
if they ask
passwords.
Torrene, he'll say, I'm with him.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is all Luther.
Yeah, as you guys approach the side of the city, it does take several hours simply to drive around the wall to the nearest non-main thoroughfare gate. A couple guards stop you, and you're checked out. They ask everyone to leave the vehicles, however.
Okay. I
I
get out.
mean,
I
oh,
mean,
to like check the vehicles.
Yeah,
They're not
inspecting
like
the vehicles.
taking them from us. They're just
No.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Yeah,
we don't have
Because
any.
you guys aren't smuggling anything in.
Yeah, we don't have
Yeah.
anything like that, right, y'all?
Yeah.
Tornay would just hop out, you know.
Yeah.
Sure, fine.
As far as we
whatever.
know, we don't know that there's anything
Yeah.
in the
And
vehicle.
you
Yeah.
find loads of cocaine. Wow, what are you guys driving?
Sorry, that was just in my mask. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm.
Yeah, but they
Mhm.
begin
Okay.
to ask for your papers when Luther draws his bolt gun and points it at the guard and says something along the lines of, "I am Commissar Luther Hochard. You will let me in, or you will die."
Jeez.
I have reasons to be here.
Sounds right.
Aggressive?
That's how he's been playing it.
That's yeah.
And then, just because, also the way he's been playing it, they immediately just beat him up because he's failed every intimidation roll he's made.
Except for this one.
Yeah, he rolled a 9.
Oh, no, I'm
He
saying
failed this one.
Scott has personally failed most of Luther's intimidation rolls.
Yeah,
Which
he
is
actually
cool.
has, and
No,
I've
his
had to.
last roll until this one was a major success too. He intimidated the engineers to help on the tank.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
But that wasn't important.
Yeah.
How high was that one? Because I think it was a 9 as well.
Yeah, it was pretty high. I think it told you guys had like a score of 6.
No, he rolled a 10.
Yeah. But yeah, the guards put their hands up, back away, and wave you guys through without bothering to check your identification papers.
Okay.
Perfect.
I have
Well,
mine.
Tornay, I'll look over at Gildo and just be like, seems like having a commissar with us is pretty handy, I guess.
Yeah. And as soon as you guys enter the city, you go from the brightness of outside of mid-afternoon to the gloom of evening and dusk as the sun is just blocked out by the buildings. The lights on your truck automatically turn on as you enter the hive city. It's definitely has a certain smell to it, which a star you would be used to as you've worked in hives as a RBD's officer.
Tornay's got a gas mask. He doesn't smell anything.
Yeah. Now, Gildo.
Yeah.
As soon
The
as you
thing
enter
is,
this,
like, if you have a gas mask, you have to have like enough filters to be able to. Like, how many filters you got on you?
enough.
Enough.
Not enough. You do not have enough.
I got them all from my comrades that died on the way.
Those things are heavy to carry around too. If you have like
They
a
are.
bunch of them. I have
Um,
some in my like survival apocalypse horde because I'm
Yeah.
a weird person like that.
Weird. I'm definitely going to your place if the world ends.
I know, man. I'm just saying, like, we're stocked. We got water. We got,
I
we got
Ah.
dry, like hydrated food. powdered food.
I've decided I'll probably just die because I have to have medicine to live. So
Oh, that's yeah. Your situation's different. That sucks.
Yeah.
I can lift heavy things and farm. That's what I'm good for.
You'd have to like
I have
you
great
could like
survival
hoard a bunch
skills.
of it. I guess. Does it go bad after a while? Maybe.
it does eventually expire, but it'll hold up well enough. But I have great survival skills.
I don't.
I'm an Eagle Scout. I did wilderness survival and
Nerd.
stuff on that. Yep, that's me.
I was
Um,
I went to up to the juniors in Girl Scouts because I'm a nerd too. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Gildo. As soon
I
as
was
you
I was a
enter
life.
the
I hear
city, you just get this wonderful sight of enclosure. The world in here in the city isn't open. It's buildings, not forests. Not plains that you were used to for the past month. It's almost like you're inside a box. How does Gildo feel about being in a hive?
Honestly, it feels like the little bit of the claustrophobia feels more at home, even though it's industrial, than not. I like the more of the confines and closed spaces.
Okay.
In a way, the extra sensory stuff is actually more what Gildo's used to, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like all of the weird smells and sights and sounds and shadows and the motion and commotion of a city reminds him much more of his time at Catachan than the vast cornfields that aren't being used and stuff of outside, right? Like it feels a little bit more like, okay, this pace is the same.
It's like a
So I'm
loud,
feeling
smelly
better.
hug.
Yeah, like I'm feeling better, and also we're closer to getting off this rock, so I'm like super excited about that. Just waiting, just keep looking up, looking for where ships are coming, figuring out where things are going, and I can't wait to be on one day.
Yeah, and when anyone looks up, you just see dirty gray-brown haze in the air as the clear pollutions from the hundreds of factories in this city just churn out whatever gas into the air. Think of like Shanghai, China.
Yeah.
But most of the buildings look almost exactly the same. They're just these drab gray buildings, just one after the other. The streets are big enough for a couple cars, but obviously not meant for foot traffic. And yet there's people running around, scurrying about as you're in a little bit of a transition area between the lower hive and the middle hive. Where are you guys headed?
Well, I mean, Luther's leading the way, so I guess to where he would go for the commissar stuff,
Well,
wherever they park the vehicle.
that was your excuse to get in.
Oh,
As a group, where would you head?
I think like probably we want to.
Because for his
I know-
job, Luther wants to head to the palace.
right.
Yeah, but we probably want to know what we're getting ourselves into.
I feel like Torne would want to find anybody that he could perhaps know within the city, more refugees, stuff like that.
Totally. I'm all aboard on that. That's exactly what I was going to say, right? Like if there's some way we could figure out if there are other survivors who are like hiding out here, getting in contact with those people who know the realness would be number one.
Yeah, I
But
think.
how do we do that? How do we find people who are trying to be hidden?
Well,
by
we
normal
know
channels?
that there are beacons, right? So we can communicate through beacons. We have one of the beacons.
Yeah, but they have beacons too. Like this is like a Palantir situation.
Yeah.
Not to
Yeah.
say
Word on the
maybe
street.
that's the only chance we got.
The other question is, obviously, we had heard about a gathering of them on the radio, and they were asking to contact the people at the palace. However, figuring out where that is, possibly infiltrating that, could be a way to find them. It would be a more difficult way to find them, I expect, but that would be a way to find them.
Or we could intercept people before they get there if we know
Yeah.
the location and we can see, like,
Exactly.
you know. Yeah, I think our goal is to find the people that came from the same ship as us, to figure out what other information we can find out about what's really going on here. And then
Talking to the different levels of the people in the
and
city.
then the third thing is there a way off this planet that we can easily
Is there a
get
ship we can buy or
onto?
steal?
Yeah, like is there a ship we could buy? If that's the case, then we have to, like, you know, probably do
Go
some
for it.
work or negotiation to get ourselves money.
Sell the vehicles.
Potentially, that might be our way.
Yeah. Now, okay, so your main goals are possibly infiltrate the gathering of survivors from the Vondervold.
Not infiltrate,
Okay.
more like
Look for information.
intercept people
Okay.
who are going there.
Yeah. Figure out where that is and intercept people.
Okay. Then your second goal is, of course, to find a way off-world, if
Yeah.
possible. Now, might I remind you that there were radio messages offering kind of the same thing.
That's what they said.
That's
We're-
supposed said. Our insights said there's something fishy about it. I just.
All right. Then, just as a group, 2 questions. Where are you going right now, and what level of the hive are you trying to get to?
Well, where is the gathering where is it, where are they telling people to gather?
The radio messages before did mention the governor's palace, which would be the upper hive.
Okay. Then I think that's kind of probably where we're going to go first.
Uh,
or around that area to look and scout, right?
I think the middle hive is where most of the traffic is, though.
Mm-hmm. So we could probably do some, like, chatting with people and maybe gathering some rumors and hearsay and whatnot.
Yeah. So you guys want to head to the middle hive first?
I mean, we have to travel through it anyway, right?
Yeah. Basically,
That's probably where people would be hiding,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it would.
or at least the easy way to trash get rid of the vehicle.
Now, mind you, there's at least 1 billion people in this hive city.
Yeah, I know. We're finding a needle and a stack of needles.
Yeah.
Or as the imperial proverb goes, you're trying to find someone in a hive city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, watching the entrances is not a bad idea.
The further you go into the hive city, the more of a grid-like maze it becomes. Now, to change the levels in the city, there are roads that spiral slowly upwards to the upper middle hive. But in the middle of the city itself, there are lifts that you can take. They're relatively scattered about the city for literal large-scale cargo lifts, which people get on like ferries that go up and down between levels. It does not go to the underhive, but it goes from the lower hive to middle hive, and the very important ones go to the upper hive. And that's basic hiver knowledge that some of you might have, is you could basically take a car elevator.
Okay.
A elevator, if you will.
If we're
So there are two ways we could look at this, and this is just me conversation wise. We could look at the entrance to the hive, or we could look at the level change from middle to upper hive, where people would be going to go towards the palace.
yeah.
Because that's where, if the people heard the radio message, would be going to from the ship.
Yeah, is there like an inn or a
Oh yeah, there's hundreds
Like,
upon hundreds
it's,
of.
I've further
hotels,
part of the question. An inn or a bar, something that's near where that lift is.
Oh yes. There's many recaf places or cafes. Plenty of small inns, hotels, and the like, specifically near those areas, simply because they are a major travel point where people go.
So that might be a good way.
Yeah.
Like find
I'm
an
into
inn, like an inn or a hotel that's like nearby there, and then like scouting from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
And that'll give us a place to like put our stuff, and then also then we can ask around.
I mean, where
Yes.
are all these refugees staying?
Yeah.
the refugees that were coming in with you, they were staying in the shanty towns outside,
Okay.
or in the lower hive.
Okay, so they're just filling up the lower hives.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the most part, the few rich ones like nobles and the like would obviously head to the upper middle hive or the upper hive itself.
Sure. Okay.
But yeah, most of the refugees get sorted out into, and this is knowledge that you would pick up, they get sorted out into districts outside of the city itself, which is relatively safe, air quotes. Think of like a giant walled hive city surrounded by Johannesburg, South Africa. Which, if anybody knows what that looks like, it's not a good place to live.
Yeah.
Specifically,
Yeah.
District 9 has a great example of what it looks like.
Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. Just give you a picture of it. Yeah, so you guys easily enough find a hotel that has a little bit of a parking garage. That'll cost you extra though, if you want to park vehicles. Now, my next question is: are you looking for a no ask hotel or a ask a lot hotel?
Probably a no ask, right?
Yeah, because you have two options for the hotels that won't ask questions. You have the ones that cost a lot of money because they're fancy and meant for rich people who don't want any questions asked, or the ones not meant for rich people who also don't want questions asked.
Based off of who was on the ship, I feel like the less expensive makes more sense.
Yeah.
Tyler took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, because they're not going to ask you guys questions, they're both still going to charge a bit, though. It's just, are you looking for more slummy or fancy?
We like the dark hole in the wall.
Because basically, to put it into perspective, is are you looking for the super druggy motel that they're not going to ask questions because they know better not to get in criminal activities, or the John Wick-esque, we're not asking questions because that's how business works? The Continental.
I don't know. I don't think it really matters because we're not doing criminal business. I mean, the whole thing is that we're trying to find people, right? So
The issue is it's where we think we'd most likely find the people we're looking for.
Yeah, which is why I'm tossing it back to you guys.
I also don't even know how much money I have.
Money is based on wealth, and there's no like hard money in Wrath Glory.
Yeah, it's more like just resources, funds you're able to accrue.
like I have 3 wealth.
You would roll wealth to see if you can afford something at a time, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just like a
And
skill.
It's basically, oh, I just happen to have this much money.
Yeah, right.
Where's
Exactly.
the wealth skill?
A wealth is on the first attributes tab, and it is mental/social traits, and it's at the bottom left, and it's called wealth.
Mine's a 1.
Yep, because we're broke soldiers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what about the person that's not a broke?
I'm a 3, but that's because I'm like a police officer, basically.
Yeah. So the person that's going to be paying is Astara. So Astara, make a wealth roll for me real quick.
Okay.
Just to, more or less just to see.
You want to use a
It
wrath on
doesn't
this?
really
in
have
case
a
you wanna
roll
reroll?
section.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, in that case. No need to roll it. But are you guys going to go with the slummy secretive one or the fancy secretive one? Because judging by the people that were on the Vonderwolf, it can go either way.
I don't think
know.
it really matters. So whatever you guys want to do, whatever you think is best for what your goals are.
I think the richer one would probably run into less issues of, I don't know, people trying to sell information. I don't know. I worry about the people that are in the hotels versus necessarily who we think we'll find. Because if it's equal for who we'll think we'll find, it's a matter of who stands to benefit of snooping more so. I feel like people in a richer place wouldn't want to snoop as much because they're paying more to be there and therefore don't really care.
Yeah.
They're
true.
more focused on their stuff. Whereas a slummier one that's less expensive, there might be more people that are likely to snoop just to gather information.
Yeah, we probably don't want our stuff to get stolen or anything like that. So we'll pick the nicer of the lower tier one.
Yeah, sure. So the place that you guys choose is, once again, you're relatively middle hive at the moment. So it's not the Ritz. It's not the best hotel you've ever seen. But unlike most other buildings here, it's, oddly enough, gated off despite being in this closed off area in the city. There's a parking garage which they will take your vehicles to. You're not allowed to park there, but valets will drive it. And oddly enough, if you want, they will park the tank.
Here,
Um,
just
I,
park my tank
I'd like
for
to
me quick.
mention Luther also has a 3 wealth.
Oh, yes. Now, funny enough, both vehicles are going to be parked in the same location, which is the armed vehicle parking, as there is a separation in parking lots between armed and unarmed vehicles for some odd reason. What type of rooms are you guys looking for? Do you want separate rooms or one shared room, basically?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Shared room's fine.
Yeah.
We slept in a car together. It's like not a big deal.
I think if we're just trying to save money, that's fine.
We just need a spot so we can, as a base of operations, to go find these people. We're not.
Yeah.
We don't need anything fancy. We're not here for the amenities.
Yes.
We'll get that in space.
We do have a perfect suite with the amenities that you are looking for.
Yeah. So, are
tell
there?
me-
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Go on.
What about anything on the air, skyport?
Or what do you call it in 40K?
Spaceport.
Spaceport. Yeah.
What about if you were looking to get off planet?
If you're looking to get off planet, sir, I suggest you grow wings and a void suit.
Huh.
It is now, the war has limited the capabilities of flight in non-atmosphere. However,
What do you
I
mean
can
by
have-
limited?
He smirks. The concierge smirks at you. Well, we do offer, not us personally, but the city offers a chance to escape the lowly ground that we all live on. It is unfortunately highly limited and simply meant to be ferried from ground to a large space platform, usually meant for trading. I do believe we have a shipment coming in soon from a rogue trader. I've not heard anything on that, though.
Tornado kind of.
What was the name of this rogue
Just
trader?
like,
I believe it was. Let me check real quick. And, he has a little computator in front of him and checks it. The Vonderwolf. It appears to be 3 weeks out of date.
Does that happen often?
No, not often. In fact, this is only the second time a trader has been late in the last decade. However, they usually only visit maybe twice a year.
What was the first one?
The first one was the Cowardly Bashoon. It simply took on farming cargo and dropped off industrial goods. And probably some weapons as well. But you
Clearly.
didn't
And
hear
what
that
makes
from
you
me.
think that?
Well, I was not born on this planet. I was born on another world, and in my old life, the rogue traders would trade for anything that anybody needed, including weapons.
what's the deal with the room? Do we have a view of the cargo elevators?
Due to the noise, we have dampened walls between the rooms, as well as tempered dampened glass for the windows. Now, I do apologize. For reasons, the windows are vacuum sealed and unable to be opened. You may have a view, it depends on how far you can stretch your head, of the cargo lifts. However, I unfortunately must say that you will be facing a little away from them. But they are only 4 habitation blocks that way. And he just motions.
What's the name of this place that we're in, this hotel?
It is the Ots Ak.
What?
The
Ots
Ots
Ak.
Ak.
I didn't hear what you said because you both said it at the same time.
Ots Ak. Yes, you are hearing me correctly.
Ots-ak, okay. Ots-ak. Hotel. Okay.
Oh no. Did Twitch just go down?
Did Twitch go down?
Just me.
It seems
Nope.
to be working for me.
Just me.
Yeah.
It crashed for me. I wonder if that means mine will crash soon. All right.
No.
Well, you're sounding good now.
Yeah, you sound
Indeed.
fine at the moment.
Don't waste those precious bits.
All right. No, it's just because I have pop-out chat on and it crashed.
Yeah, I guess Ostara will just be like, sorry that we ask questions. We just have not been here in a while.
Yes, you may ask questions, and I assure you, we will ask very few.
I like that.
Now, let me take you to your room directly. And he walks over to a lift and beckons you to join him. Do you have any luggage that you would need brought up from your vehicles? I saw that you did have a large mounted weapon on your wheeled vehicle. Would you like that to be separated and cleaned?
I look at them because I don't really care.
That's a question for Gildo, as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
No, don't do that. No, please, no.
By your wish, sir, we will leave the weapon mounted as is. Now,
You always escort your people to the rooms.
it is the finest of establishments that do so. Therefore, it is my duty to show you about. Do not worry, I will simply show you the rooms and be on my way, unless you have further questions.
Yeah. Well, you seen anybody that looks like us?
He very subtly looks you up and down without moving his head. Not like you, sir.
Well, I said like us, not like me.
We have had Adeptus RBTs here before, and you would actually be our fourth ever Catachan.
All right.
Yes, it's actually quite surprising having two so close together in visitation.
I look at
Interesting.
Dildo like, is that?
I try to feign that's playing it really cool, like that. Interesting, but like I'm probably not very good at it.
Yeah, Gilda, roll a quick insight for me.
Yeah, because like this is Gildo's like, how do I not just like grab this guy by the collar and be like, tell me where they are,
Yeah, I was like,
So what is it? What am I rolling?
Insight.
Insight.
And I just want to see if you'd notice something.
I rolled a 3.
That's exactly what you needed.
I'm
He's
the
actually
best at this
taking information from you. He was.
What?
You can tell he was looking for a reaction.
So I played it cool.
Yeah. Oh, I was just looking for whether you noticed him or not.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, thank you for your time. This is gonna go.
You hear a ding, and the elevator doors open.
I'm gonna like small talk with him while we're like walking from the elevator to the room, and just be like, so
There are dogs on this floor. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
there are dogs on this floor. You're just gonna be like, so the town there. It seems like that's has had some things occurring in it recently with the capital.
Yes. The city is fortunately a relative safe zone. There has been an increase in gang activity on the lower hives, however.
Oh, really?
Mostly to do with I assume, the refugees from out of city.
You think the refugees are the ones causing the trouble?
I don't believe that they are the cause of it. Simply the victims of it.
I see. What is the news here? Do you have a...
There will be a feast, I believe, in the upper hive coming soon in the next few days. Oh, I cannot say quite when, as it has changed 2 times in dates now, and may be postponed once more. It is hosted by both the Lord Governors, Anita and Otto, and do not call him Otto, despite that being his nickname.
Oh, why is that?
Apparently, it is the name that his sister calls him, and he
I
does
see.
not like being called so.
Question: are the refugees the ones being invited to this? Sorry, just tuned into a radio station on the way in.
Yes, we heard
No.
news about the feast. That's what's happening.
I believe they're holding it as a reunification ceremony of sorts. Apparently, survivors from the whatever accident has happened recently have been coming here. Though I have not heard much about that.
Like here's in this hotel.
No, here in the Hive City.
Oh,
Apparently, a ship has recently crashed or something along those lines. The details that we have heard are very iffy.
Why do you say they are iffy?
yeah, because they don't ask questions. Tornadoes.
Yes, but we do listen to the radio. Yes,
The radio is not all the news. I mean, you must hear things from around.
I have sealed my ears to such information.
I see.
Your eyes.
Well, my eyes see that we are here. And he walks out of the cargo lift and motions towards the door. This is a suite with 4 separate rooms, 2 bathrooms, and a lounge area. The walls are once again sealed. If you would like, for a slightly extra charge of 25 throne gilt a night, we will activate debugging technology to ensure that no one can listen upon you.
I look at everyone else. I'm like, sure.
Tornadoes just that sounds like a good thing.
You know how to take the pennies from our pockets.
Unfortunately, it is a requirement as the energy it takes to ensure that no one has any listening devices is quite significant. No. And he opens the door and motions you in, bowing his head slightly. This is your room, and I will leave you here unless you have further questions.
Tornado will kind of bow to him, but like he's too close, so he like hits his head on his head, like, oh, sorry. Once again, just like messing with the dude. He did it on purpose, but he's gonna play it off like it wasn't on purpose.
I think we are good. I look at the other two.
So
close the door on the person.
Tornado's already walked into the room.
Yeah, we close the door.
Yeah. The room itself is relatively drab. There's the main entryway, and then immediately 2 doors to either side, which are very small bedrooms. Clearly meant to just hold a bed, a small dresser, and enough space for you to move around.
But now that we're in the ostensibly like the security of this place, which very suspect.
Yeah.
I would mention to everybody that about how I think that person was trying to get a ruse out of me or a riot, whatever.
Oh, really?
About
Why
the
do you
other
think,
Katachan.
Why do you think
There isn't
that?
another Katachan here.
And
There isn't? You're
No.
saying there. Oh.
you do not think there is?
I spent a week looking for one. There isn't.
All right.
He was trying to lie, but I don't know why.
Interesting. Why would he have to lie? What
Maybe
are you
he's trying
looking...
to see if we are refugees based off of that.
You said you were looking for someone else?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
An old war buddy.
Tornado
see.
just like rips his mask
a
that's
long-
glued on his face. Been me the whole time. Just, not really. This is a
Mia
joke,
Moore. Yeah.
And then they kissed.
We go full.
That's some fanfic right there.
We go full
Someone's gonna finish
telenovela.
that story for you all. I'm just saying.
It will be me. I'll finish that story.
I mean,
So,
their
like-
outfits do kind of match. They got a really matchy thing happening right now. Interesting. Okay. An old war buddy. Was he on the ship? In the pod?
No. Before that,
He was on this planet.
apparently,
Were you headed here to begin with? No. But upon landing here, you figured you would.
No,
find
wait, we
your
were,
friend.
right? Wasn't that?
Yeah.
It's been so long that I don't actually remember. Yeah, yes.
It's been a short time.
yeah. No, I heard that they were going to be down here, but I think this war and everything mixing up. I don't know. It looks like it was dead end. Although it was wasn't that great of a lead, anyways.
I see.
It's hard to track ghosts.
It
I don't know. I
is-
saw some ghost children earlier today.
Well,
Then again, you're right. I couldn't track them. They just
if the
vanished.
ghosts, I doubt those ghosts were fought on Cadia.
And that's all I say.
What he described, I do not know. They could have been, maybe.
No.
Let us hope that your friend is not a ghost.
Mhm.
But
Cool.
it is curious why he would be trying to get a lie out of you.
Hell if I know. I don't understand these people.
He did mention that there were other offices here. Perhaps I should check in.
You mean like scry?
Thanks.
Are you talking like scry into the rooms? Is that what you mean when you say that?
No. There are other RBT's officers in this town.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Well, unless you think the RBDs are compromised like everyone else.
Potentially. But I can find out.
True.
Yeah.
Or
And-
roll really badly and not find out.
That
Right.
You can always use your wrath to reroll.
But I think for now we probably need rest. I will do that in the morning. And
Or
Ostara like just walks into one of the rooms and just passes out.
Yeah. Now, the next part's going to be quite interesting, as I want to do something individually with each and every one of you, just to increase your character depth and the like. Who we want to go first? I vote Gildo. Now, Maggie, this is going to be the most difficult for you because I don't want you personally to hear, but I want the chat to hear. Maggie said, "Oh," but she was muted.
yeah, she's
But what do you want me to do?
I don't know. Just plug your ears.
I can walk
Earmuffs.
away and then you can
Shout.
text me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
could
you
do
could
that.
shout. Well, shouting then I would hear it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
walk away and
so-
then you can text me, message me in
Yeah.
Discord.
All right.
Right.
But thank you for taking yours off. All right. Gildo,
Yes.
in the middle of the night, early AM hours, you receive a slight message in your room. One that is
What does that
quite
mean?
out of nowhere. A light
How do I receive a message in my room?
that
Is it like, is someone sneaking in my room and handing me a note? Is it like a phone call?
very
like, what is-
close. It's basically a intercom call coming from your little nightstand. A little green light flickers on, and you hear a little chime, much like a phone ring, but much lower and private.
Hmm.
Excuse me, sir. If you could join me in the lobby, I wish to discuss something with you.
I don't say anything. I'm waiting for here's my intention of doing that is that that's not enough to get me out. And that they need to hint at something why I should be moving. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you don't, I'm not going to go unless he said, it's like, your daughter would like to see you, Mr. Bond, kind of thing, right? like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, I need to know what it is, more of the context there they want. But since this is an action show, I'm not going to say it,
Yeah.
but it's always implied, right?
You know,
Because that's the more dramatic thing. So tell me.
The concierge waits the appropriate amount of time, like
or let me know that's a
no
roll.
response.
Yeah.
Yes, a Mr. Ostrich is asking for you. He says that he has a message.
That name? What?
Your memories. I might have forgot his name though. Yep, Ostrich.
Okay. I wish I remember. Wait a second.
It is Gilda would remember that as the name of the savant of the Inquisitor you worked for.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm going to the lobby. Okay. I got to go to the lobby. Yep. Thank you. Yep. That's right. That's their name. Oh, this person. Creepy. Yep. Okay.
Yes, and as you get there, nobody's in sight as it's nighttime, or at least as night as you can tell within the hive.
Sure.
And the concierge is standing there, arms in front of him, fingers linked together, and he smiles his polite, practiced smile.
I left a note, by the way.
I die, don't follow.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir. If you would follow me this way to a more secure room. And
I have my knife.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And he opens the door behind him and waits for you.
I mean, this seems weird to me because I was told to meet someone in the lobby, right? So, like, is this deliberately weird?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Then I'll bring it up. Right.
In your inquisitorial days, this would actually be relatively normal.
Right, because inquisitors don't like to go around saying they're inquisitors and meeting people. So when I'm told to meet in the lobby, what that actually means is they're going to take me to the secure location.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Got you. I'm sorry.
Hey,
right, because I don't want to feel like I'm getting like bushwhacked here, like getting led around. But in terms of things, that sounds right, right? Because my character would like know that more than I would. Right. So okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna keep alert to stuff, but wait, how did I leave terms with Osric?
You left terms.
Good terms, bad terms? Is it a roll?
The Inquisitor, I believe we discussed it before. You left pretty well with
right. It was amicable. Okay, good. I just want to make sure the last time we spoke, so it's not going to be like, of all the goddamn dusty ass worlds. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
You know how the Inquisitors,
right? With like a gun pointed at me. Right. Okay. Yeah.
You know, you finished your job. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Great.
We'll call
so they have
you
another
again.
Yep. Cool. Get another job. Cool. Well.
And
these are the jobs you can't say no to, by the way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. The concierge leads you into a small back room, and it's empty. You, just using your knowledge, can easily tell that is soundproof, just judging from the walls.
Yeah, totally.
There's a small panel in the middle. It looks like a hologlyph for a hologram message. And,
right. Oh, for private communiques.
Yes.
Understand.
And the concierge
patches him through.
Oh, not even. He says,
okay.
Your message is there, sir. I will be waiting on the other side of the door. 3 knocks, consecutive order, 3 knocks, slow for exiting.
Sure.
And he closes the door behind him.
Okay. I assume I know how to start this because otherwise it's a
Yeah.
tech roll, which we have seen.
You break
I
it.
stab my knife into the hollow of it. Okay. Yeah. Right. So I go up to it and I assume it detects me and it begins to
Yes.
play, right?
It asks you to put your hand there. You
Yeah.
feel a slight cut on your hand. As the thing takes a little blood.
I don't feel a cut.
Prevents you.
I ain't got time to bleed.
You hear the machine whirring
Yeah.
as it's testing your blood, making sure.
Yep.
And just robotic voice. Identification secured. Gildo Stern. Guardsman Katachan.
Mhm.
And it lists off a bunch of other inane information.
Yeah.
On the hololith itself appears a flickering image of a relatively tall woman in a black trench coat, face obscured. Whether that's on purpose or simply because the machine is broken, you cannot tell.
Sure.
The noise that you hear from it is an almost familiar voice, but distorted. Ah, hello there, Gildo. It has been such a long time since we have seen each other. I heard that you are on the planet of Tor in subsector Termitore. That is quite fortunate. I have heard news of that. If you will, please, send me a reply message using the proper communique codes and apprise me of the situation, as I have had reason to possibly visit. Do this at your soonest convenience.
Oh shit.
And you just hear the machine whirring, and
Yeah.
it
Destroys
cruises
the
the
mess.
little eye, and then the machine just shuts down.
Yeah. Did we decide on what order?
Xenos.
Yeah. Okay. Oh shit.
Mom, thought I smelled heresy.
Yeah. So-
Oh damn. Okay, that's awesome. Cool. By the way, what does it mean to communicate with an Inquisitor as far as like proper channels? What does that mean?
You will have to send a secure message back through a secure channel that only you know.
Okay, right. So like it can't be done by like anything.
Yes. You can also find a astropath to send a secure message because, fun fact, some astropaths are used like mailmen, which is weird.
Well, I mean, when things take a long time and you can instantaneously transmit information.
I know, but I find
But
it
astropaths without the light of the emperors, probably not great.
not great. It's a very dangerous way to send messages, but it's
Yeah.
also the fastest and most secure.
Right, because I mean that's some Horus Heresy stuff, right?
100%.
Yeah, okay.
There's always the possibility of demons. You got mail. It's a demon.
Right. So cool. So I'm not going to be doing the whole demon mail. I feel like that's not on the menu. I will be finding that secure channel though.
Yeah, and it'll just be a slower message that gets to them eventually.
Well, I mean, this was a slow message that got to me. It's not like they had an astropath give this to me. Right?
No, this was.
So they want to be appraised of the situation.
Yeah. All right. You head back up to your room, and I'm going to move on to our next person in line.
Sounds good. Is this me take off my headphones time?
Yes.
I kept glancing at the screen like I figure he'll probably like send a chat message when you're ready,
Yes.
but
All right. Tyler, you are inside the hive city of Thermo.
Yep.
Inside the middle hive, as it were, in a relatively secure location that unfortunately now does not allow radio messages out.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
He's going to walk out, check outside of his door and make sure the other two are in in their rooms,
Yeah.
and probably he'll leave a note on the table saying he's just going to go out and check around, talk with some people in the city, you know, see what's up. Just couldn't sleep, just needed to stretch his legs.
Yeah.
And go ahead and head out of the hotel, walk out.
Yeah, the concierge is not at his desk. There's a note on Gilda's door saying that he'll be right back.
Fancily enough.
But yeah, you head out.
Yeah.
Very few people walking around at the moment.
He's gonna head to the place that had been stated to him before about meeting with his contact.
Yes, it is a little bit of a walk, about 15 minutes to get there.
Yeah. So
you know from your private and previous knowledge to take a roundabout way to get there.
Correct. So he's gonna loop around, check to make sure he's not being tailed, see what's going on, make sure there's, you know, we're in the clear, everything's going fine.
Yeah, make awareness for me real quick.
All right. Boop.
Perfect. You notice somebody not following you, but hiding in the shadows near your meeting area. A familiar figure, though you have not met them in person before.
He'll kind of take an extra moment to look around, maybe walk past them once, and then backtrack to the location.
Yeah,
and just easily after the second one, he's not going to face him. He's not going to do anything. He's going to kind of like stand next to him and just say, Connexus.
It is good that you have met at last.
Yeah.
I've got your code name, by the way.
Huh?
I've got your code name.
Yeah, Shadow Mimic here, you know.
Shadow Mimic. It has taken you longer than anticipated.
Well, as gathering information, it's better to have more than less, I always say.
Yes. And what information do you have?
Well, first off, let's talk about the female. Somehow, some way, she can see from far away. Can't place a trace on it, but there's signs when she does it. It's a chill.
Interesting.
If you're nearby, there's a chill to the air. You can see your breath. I don't know whatever happened to the giant, but the giant seemed pretty tech savvy and had a quite capability of hiding things. Maybe even hiding himself. Space Marine, Space Wolf chapter. It's about all I could gather from him, but definitely a strong beast of a man. Well, the female also has can gather this information without being noticed. Luckily, I had set the scene pretty well, but she saw me and I didn't have a good didn't know I was being watched. But she somehow let me know that she had seen me. I don't know exactly how it worked until later, but yeah. Also,
have you witnessed combat capabilities?
Unfortunately, we haven't dealt with any combat capabilities or any combat at all whatsoever as of yet.
Will the female be of issue?
From what I gather, based on that skill alone, there's got to be other things in her repertoire.
Understood. Strike team will be inbound to test combat capabilities.
Perfect.
You are free to engage.
Yeah, got to maintain the cover. But I also found some other information that might be interesting, more so about the movement of the militaries.
We know, we are aware.
Fair. I recently met a new guy as well. It goes by the name Gildo. Rather muscular fellow, and by the way, he is from Catachan. He is from Catachan, apparently.
Will he be an asset?
Could be. He's a soldier, that's for sure. We've bonded pretty well, being of the same colors, or so to speak. But definitely believes lots of people die. You know, war, soldier, pushes on. Also, the giant guy was really into tech stuff.
We will
other than
secure larger humanoid.
Perfect.
Aberrant, possible.
Yeah, seems the emperors, the two combatants, are working together now in some way, shape, or form.
Yes, they have been.
It's interesting, is all I'll say. Obviously, you're more aware of that. You got more stuff in the city, and we got other people reaching out.
We do. Do not concern yourself. Stay on task.
Acceptable.
You may return. Next update, 2 weeks, no later.
Acceptable. Praise to the Emperor Reborn.
Praise to the Emperor Reborn.
And he'll head out and go to his room.
All right. Maggie. Let me text her. Hey, everybody. Now that you can only hear me, hi. I'm going to message Maggie real quick. Maggie! All right, perfect.
Okay.
All right. So, Astara, as you enter your room, you feel the wonderful familiar feeling of claustrophobia as the room is, once again, small. There's something else in the room. You feel your powers cannot penetrate out further. Whether this is simply because it is like the cells from the black ships, you cannot tell. Or if it is actually lined with anti-psyker material.
Okay.
As you go to sleep, you do hear the doors opening, closing, and the like. Clearly not as soundproof as you were led to believe, but enough that you're unable to tell who or what was moving around outside your room. And as you fade to sleep, you have a vision. You're on the black ship. The ship that you were raised on, trained on. Yet, your grandfather is there.
Okay. Am I in this dream? Am I an adult? Am I me, or am I like the child version of me?
Which one are you? What do you see yourself as?
If I'm on that ship, I probably see myself as the child version of me.
Yeah, your grandfather is standing there, alone, arms behind his back, as he usually stood. His dirty flannel shirt stained with the mud and grime of the farm. And yet, in his chest, a red, pooling mark of blood.
Ostara will kind of step forward and say, Papa?
Ah, little mouse, it is good to see you again. Have you been training well?
She's gonna be cautious. You said like there's red blood around his chest.
Yeah.
Does it look like he's bleeding?
It doesn't look like he's bleeding.
Doesn't. He says, I don't know. What's happened to you?
You saw mostly what has happened to me. I was taken, and I fought back. I'm sorry that I could not save you. As you step closer, you notice he's a little older than the last you saw him.
He steps forward a little bit, but still cautious.
Not too close, little one. It is a simple apparition is what I am. From far away.
She steps back.
Have you gained control over yourself?
Sometimes things happen around me when I do things.
He nods his head. I see.
Don't
You
know.
are not yet ready for my training, then.
What do you mean?
You, Astar, are far more powerful than you believe. The family has a patron, one who will take care of you. He has kept you safe this far. This, he motions around, has unfortunately lessened his patronage to you.
The Emperor.
The Emperor may be, or a son of the Emperor, I do not know. He simply speaks to the family. Your father and mother did not have this skill, but you do, and I must pass it on to you. That way we may serve the Emperor for the better of all of mankind.
What do you want me to do?
Grow stronger. Do not take risks, though. Do not let your powers outgrow you. You must outgrow them.
But how?
I cannot answer that. It is all part of the lesson. You will be strong, stronger than me. You are stronger than me, as I have been in my life.
Are you saying this is not a dream?
No. Child, I must go soon. They are coming for me again. I will speak to you again someday. But be strong. Do not let anything get in your way. You will be a key to the Empire's victory over the great enemy.
I do not understand.
You will in time, little one. And you feel a slight brushing of your hair as if somebody was ruffling your hair.
Mm-hmm.
An almost fatherly figure, and yet your grandfather stands away from you, hands behind his back. I must go now. It is good to see that you are strong, though the music in your head is quite loud.
I cannot stop it.
In time, you will learn how to. It will be a risk, though. But a risk you, when you're ready, must take.
He's confused. He just looks confused.
And as the confusion washes over your face, he smiles and turns away. You can tell where one hand would be is now a mess of mechanical fingers. Something that he did not have when you were a child. And he simply walks down the hall, slowly fading away with each step.
She's gonna run towards him.
As you run towards him, he waves his one human hand backwards. Do not do so, little one. It is dangerous to do so when the warp is open like this.
But why?
Because it is dangerous for me to do this, to reach out to you like this. You may be discovered, I may be discovered. And the diamonds will find us if we connect.
They already discovered me. Papa, don't you know? Don't you understand what they did to me? Why the music is in my head. This is your fault.
I apologize, little one. That I could not train you better when we had that time together.
Those were games.
For some, but not for you.
She looks like
And
angry and frustrated.
yeah, and as soon as he says that, he vanishes.
She puts her hand out to like stop.
Desara awakes in her bed, her hand reaching towards the dark ceiling.
She sits up and like puts her legs over the side of the bed and then like just puts her hands on her head and her elbows on her knees and just like it's like when you have a migraine type of situation, and now all of a sudden like the music that's in her head just gets louder and she for a moment can't concentrate, and it's just like this pounding headache.
You noticed something. The reason the music seems louder now is you did not hear it before. During the dream, there was no music.
I like it. It's cool.
All right. Let's bring the other two back now. Wave to them.
Here.
That got Taylor. Eric, you too.
I'm guessing that waving was
Yes,
the signal.
it was.
All right.
All right. Well, I believe that concludes today's episode of Unsung Fury, with everybody in their rooms, alone or possibly alone, thinking to themselves of their own individual experiences of life.
Somebody getting it on in the room. Is that what happened? Was that why we had to cover our ears? Cover our ears. Our parents are yelling at each other. Cover your ears.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my gosh.
Why
There's a
is,
wrestling match.
why is Luther wrestling with himself?
Oh my gosh.
Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Unsung Fury. We are back now on Mondays. You can catch it every Monday at 7 p.m. PDT right here on twitch.tv live. And of course, if you're just tuning in towards the end here and you didn't catch the beginning, we'll have this up on the YouTube channel at youtube.com/MargaretCronePlays in the morning, and we'll tweet it on social and all of that jazz. So just stay tuned at Margaret Crone in all the places to be able to be informed. And of course, if you're a subscriber, this will be available to you right away, right here on Twitch. So thank you all for supporting us and coming and checking out the show. And I'm glad to have it back, and I'm excited to play this character. I really love her a lot. I forgot. It's been so long. I was actually looking at my notes, and I was like, the last time we played, because I date them, was actually on 8/5/2019.
Yeah.
And I remember I watched the last episode yesterday.
It's
I was like,
actually
wow,
been
I know
2
you-
months. We thought it was only a month. It's been
No,
2
I thought it was.
months.
No.
I told you it was 2 months.
I knew it was because I remember having on my calendar and I had to keep moving it because I originally was the guest appearance, and then it was like, no, we're not gonna do the next week. No, we're not gonna do that week. No, no,
I've
it's
had-
fine. Like you had stuff come up, so like it's totally respectable.
And then people
now-
got sick. It just got a little crazy.
Yeah, it just got nuts.
We almost thought today was going to be a curse too, because Frank was feeling sick, and then of course we
I'm
had,
still sick.
and then we had Scott just not show up. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna do it anyway. we
Yes.
can't postpone it anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna let everyone kind of say where you can find them at, and then we'll wrap it up today, and of course talk about what your favorite moment was of the episode. So we're gonna go backwards. Well, no, we'll go this way still. So Torne, let us know. Of course, What your favorite moment? We did not use any of our wrath. I just realized.
No,
we
you guys
all
didn't.
got extra wrath, and we never used any of it.
To be fair, I never had to reroll.
And we had 2 glory that we had in. Does that all gets wiped, right? And then we go back to 2 each. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So tell us, of course, Apocalypto, what your favorite moment was today, and then of course where people can find you at.
So my favorite moment, much like the last time we played, was being able to just randomly dick around with people. So like brake checking Luther or swerving around stuff and telling the guy, well, we'll take the money or but you won't get the truck. And the ridiculous rolls I had, like my insights and all of that, like being able to get that added information of like clearly the 2 sides are working together in the palace. And something just seems a little bit fishy.
Your rolls were insane. And then your roll for Scott was just like a 9. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I was like,
That was a good call, Eric. Eric being like, no, Tyler should do the roll.
Yeah, but I am looking forward to being more around on this channel and playing more Wrath and Glory moving forward with this incredible crew of people. And so the other thing, you can find me all over on social media as Apocalypto_12. Same here on Twitch, where I am now full-time content creator, internet personality thing. So that's a thing that I'm doing. So come check me out if you want. Do a bunch of multiplayer games, goof around, have some fun.
Awesome. And of course, moving on from there, we've got Eric Vulgaris playing Gildo. Let us know what your favorite moment was today, and of course, where can people find you? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, you are muted.
I was physically muted. I was like, no way. Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Eric Vulgaris. My favorite moment has to be, honestly, at the beginning and just saying, like, hell no, Frank. I'm not helping those people with that car. But actually, I really like the banter with you, Tyler. This is the first time Tyler and I was playing together.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really nice. And it's cool because it's finally another soldier who gets me, and we had a fist bump in the car.
Yep. About war nice. Always happening, no matter what.
Yeah. So it was nice. So I liked it. It was chill. And do we get any build points?
Of course you do, but that's on my turn.
Okay, that's fine. Then yeah, find me everywhere at Eric Vulgaris. I play a lot of games. Have a bunch of games going on right now. Some of them D&D, some of them also different, like Miseries and Misfortunes, which is about 1648 France, as well as I did character creation for Pendragon tonight. So
I love Pendragon so much. I think France thing sounds fun, but cats are fighting right now. I'm sorry. Hey, you two, stop it.
That's all I got. That's me. Thank you.
And you guys are hearing cats battling.
They're adorable sounding.
I know they are adorable, but they're not adorable when they're battling each other. Yeah, and so last but not least, we have Frank.
Hello, everybody. As you know, I am Control-Alt-Frank. There's a random mosquito in my room. I just noticed. You can find me at Control-Alt-Frank on Twitch, Twitter. I might be getting a new PC soon. Not sure about that. So I might actually start streaming again soon. As you know, I game master pretty much all the time. I'm the forever DM by choice because I love telling stories. At the moment, aside from Wrath and Glory, I am playing 2 other games set in the same world, my world, Song of the Sword. One is with our Space Viking community, and the other is a live game that I play, which, by the way, I'm probably going to steal something from Maggie, which is Hobby Lobby sells these wonderful little potion bottle things.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to fill them with dice for healing potions and stuff.
I do an IRL campaign like with my friends, and I have little potion bottles, and each potion bottle has different, like, you know, if it's a superior potion bottle versus a regular.
Yeah, the Hobby Lobby ones are like $1 a jar, basically.
Yeah, I have little heart-shaped bottles, and
Hobby Lobby has those too.
Yeah, you actually roll them, and it rolls how many healing points you get.
So I'm definitely going to do that for my real life game, but that's right. With Wrath and Glory back, which I've been waiting for, I had to change some things up for this episode because no spoilers. There was something big that was going to happen this episode that didn't get to happen because it's been 2 months. But great to be back. Can't wait to tell more stories. And my favorite moment was probably all 3 of the secret ones that I just did with you guys. No, I'm joking. Those were terrible. It was
obviously there was clearly a purpose in all of that for each character, I would think.
Oh, of course.
So it was like one of those things where it's
those
just
are
like,
my favorite moments.
right.
But aside from that, my favorite moment was when you guys just outright rejected this guy. It's like, hey, here's a absurd amount of money. I'll buy your truck. Y'all like, nah. It's like, oh, I don't know where to go with this now.
Get back to the town.
Yeah, and then you guys start talking about selling the truck.
Yeah, that was kind of. In
We didn't know
hindsight,
they
we
were
were like,
that
oh, we should have
close.
sold to that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well, this poor man who just wanted to buy stuff and would have had a totally different plot hook. Oh well. But yeah, those were my favorite moments.
Awesome.
Maggie, I'll
What?
turn it on to you. Don't forget your favorite moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess my favorite moment is I feel like I already told everybody what was up, but as far as favorite moment, I actually really liked the ending. I liked that scene, my secret scene. That was really cool. But if I had to pick something beyond that, probably the RP of us in the car, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like our characters just chatting. No, he's very grumpy right now. He's
I just realized something on this campaign.
what?
I've been in 2 sessions with absolutely no combat.
That's
We've had
right.
combat.
Tap it up, Frank.
You're right. Okay.
I'm just clearly
gotta
stating
further
like
your
I come into Warhammer expecting like to roll a whole bunch of combat stuff because I have other friends that play that, and so it's just been RPing, which I have no issue with. I love RPing and
Nope.
doing stuff
You
like
already
that.
spoke. You're all going to die next episode.
Oh,
We've
great.
definitely we had like one episode where the entire thing was all combat. So I think it just depends on like where we are in the story, but combat's a little intense, so be prepared for that.
I'm also not ready to do combat again in this system because I have to remember all the rules.
Yeah.
I remember them. I just not in the forefront of my brain.
I mean, I don't remember any of how to do this, so
It's okay. We got this. But yeah, so thank you all for joining us and dealing with us, roughing it up for a little bit as we try to get back into Warhammer 40k Wrath and Glory. We will have more. We'll see you guys all next week on Monday. We will have a Delric next Monday. He did message me and say he will be there. So we'll have the full crew. This is going to be the crew that we're going to be rolling with for a little while. There may be chances for Manvictus to show up or maybe Lobos sometime, but I think this will be primarily our group for now. If you guys enjoyed it, again, you can always hit the follow button, hit subscribe, all of that jazz, and we will notify you whenever we are live next. So, see ya. Bye.
I was just trying to read Frank's little sticky note there.
It says
yeah.
TPK caused by Scott incoming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Probably more like me. I AoE'd everybody. It was not.
Yeah, you AoE'd and then Scott executed them all. And they were all teenagers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Murderers. I just killed them.